Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is part 2 of our story. If you like this what if story and want to see part 2, let me know in the comments below. Before we start, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Also, check the description for more great content and my playlist. This story was posted by 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐦𝐚𝐫𝐲 on Wattpad. Now let's start. Izuku POV. We all, in the lobby getting prepared for the battle, tomorrow. Well, everyone else is preparing but me. I was simply on the phone. Yes, Luna, I'll be fine. And can you tell Blitz to stop bombing my phone? I say, will do. She says I hear a punch and a body fall to the ground. I shake my head lovingly at that and smile derpily. Charlie walks to me with a raised eyebrow. I raised an eyebrow back at her. But I can't help but worry about you, dipshit, Luna says. I know. I got to go. My sister is looking at me. I say, fine. Just stay safe. She sighs out, will do. I hum happily, love you. She says, love you too, my dear. I say we hang up and I see Charlie eyes glitter open. 𝐿𝐼. Father appears next to her with a raised eyebrow. What? Vinny has a girlfriend. Charlie cries happily. She tackles me and I groan at the impact. Everyone perks up at that. Oh, how wonderful. Who is the future queen? Father asks. Wait. OSHT, I forgot about that. Her name is, oh for the love of God. I say I see Blitz exploding my phone again. Who's that? Angel asks, the father of the girl I'm dating. I groan out. I turn my phone off completely and shove it into my pocket. That it is, Angel hums out, yep. I hum out. I get up and walk away for Charlie to follow me and we go outside to look at the cannibals. I wish Mum was here to see this. She sighs out, me too. I still wonder where she is. I hum out. Charlie nods to agree and Vaggie joins us. The cannibals seem ready to fight. Are we? Vaggie says, I hope so. Me and Charlie says. Pentious bursts out of the hotel's doors, wearing a Victorian-style British Army uniform and looking proud of himself. We all blink at him in confusion. Fear not, damsels. I shall have the staff ready for victorious combat. Pentious says, what in the hell are you supposed to be? Vaggie asks, General Pentious, reporting for duty. I'll turn those rapscallions into soldiers in no time at all. Pentious says. I snort at that and smile at him. Thank you, Pen. Charlie says softly. Nifty, running around the hotel's entrance, now runs up to Pentious. What can I do to help? She asks, I'm glad you asked, soldier. The base needs fortifications. Reinforce the southern wall. Create a moat around the perimeter to stop a ground assault. Pentious says this confused Nifty to no end. I sigh and kneel to her height and summon an angelic dagger. Charlie kneels next to me as well. I give Nifty the dagger. How about this? If you see an angel, stab it. Charlie says. Nifty sees angel dust a few meters away. Oh no. Me and Charlie stand back up in worry. Stab. Nifty says. She sprint towards Angel, who panics out and climbs a pole. Hey 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 hey. Angel shouts, not him. Me and Charlie shouts as Nifty runs off to find other things to stab. Angel does a flip and lands on the ground, before walking over to stand with us. I sigh and rub my forehead. Listen up, sinners. We've got 24 hours before the extermination begins. Let's get to work. Vaggie says. I summon my mic staff and place it between me and Charlie. Charlie looks up at me and we hold hands and face the crowd of cannibals. Hello. I want to thank everyone for coming. Even people who aren't staying here yet. Cherry. Charlie starts. We look at her in surprise. Look, I can't resist a fight, okay? Especially when I get to tag team with this fuckhead. Cherry says. I smile at that. Tomorrow, the Exorcist Angels will face a hell ready to defend itself and win. Charlie says, yeah, we will. Tell him, baby. Vaggie cheers. I shake my head at that. Yes. And we are going to win. But in case we don't, I want you all to know that getting to know you has been the biggest honor of my life. Whatever redemption really means, I know you all tried. I have seen the good in all of you. And I love you all so much and live tonight however you want because I say, we're all gonna die. Nifty laughs out. We laugh a bit and Vaggie smiles at us all while clapping. Alright, let's give it up for not dying. Love not dying. Drinks? Vaggie asks, oh heck yes. Me, Angel, Huss and Cherry shouts it the next day and we all got ready. I'm stand next to Charlie, both of us dressed in our chosen clothes. Charlie has her tiara on while I had my crown. The portal opens right outside the hotel. Charlie has a golden shield with an apple motif, Vaggie has her angelic spear, Nifty has the small knife that I gave her, Angel has a Tommy gun, Cherry has a bomb, and Pensius has a short sword. I have my arms behind my back. Their weapons have all been given angelic steel enhancements to allow them to kill the exorcists. Here they come. Get ready, everyone. We fight together. Vaggie shouts I see Adam and I smirk. I vanish from my spot. RDPOV as the exorcist angels fly down. Adam gives orders to attack Till. WhatIf face. Izuku shouts they all look around for Izuku to spin and slam his leg into Adam so hard he gets sent into the ground creating a massive crater, shocking everyone. Holy! The V's and rest of hell says while watching it live. Izuku summons his microphone staff and slams it down for angelic weapons to appear around him. As his wings spout out. He smirks darkly as Alaster summons a barrier around the hotel and tendrils appear. Adam gets up and growls in anger and flies back up to loot. Let the slaughter begin. Izuku and Alaster laughs out the tendrils start killing angels. While Izuku slams his microphone down making the angelic weapons to slaughter and chop up the angels. Charlie POV I watch Vincent in awe and amazement through Alaster barrier. Vin. Follow his lead. I shouted they all nod and we all attack. With Angel shooting with his Tommy gun and Cherry throwing her explosives. Pensius watches them from his cannons. Come and get some. Angel shouts eat shrapnel if airs. Cherry shouts as well, all angelic weapons fire at will. Pensius orders Husk flies past, throwing his explosive cards at angels. While I kill angels that are heading towards me. Yelling while fighting. Doesn't help. Husk grumbled out Nifty runs around stabbing every angel she can see, even the dead ones. Me and Vaggie are fighting back to back. Alaster's shield is working. Vincent is killing them all beyond the shield, I say happily, trying to focus, sweetie. Vaggie says, we might actually have a chance. I say, love the optimism. Still trying to focus. Vaggie chuckles out Izu POV I fly into the air with an angelic axe in hand, chopping angels in half. I spot Adam and Loot are still hovering over the force field. I go to fly at them but I see Adam clearly has had enough of being left out of the battle. I'm fing over this. Adam snaps. Adam draws backwards before flying straight at the shield. With one punch, he causes it to dissipate, leaving the hotel exposed. My eyes widen in shock and I turn into my demon angel full form. I fly towards them as the smoke clears. I noticed Adam sees Alaster standing on the roof. My eyes widen and I swing my axe at Adam, but he dodges and grabs my neck and throws me at Father. I crash into him. We groan and get up with Father helping me up. Vincent, you okay? Father asks in anger, as good as I'm gonna get. I hiss out my snake-like tongue licks my cut lip as I summon my microphone again and stand next to Father. My wings lay flat against my back. Adam flies to us. Adam. First man, next to die. Father says, who the F are you? Adam asks, Alaster. Pleasure to be. Meeting you, quite a pleasure. Me and my son are about to end your Fing life. Father says we both tap our canes on the ground, causing 4 tentacles to rise up around us. We both smile widely and darkly. Nice voice. Don't you know jazz is for pussies? Adam sasses out. He summons his guitar and flies straight at us. We stand still as our tentacles lash out at Adam. Adam slashes at them all before gearing up to attack us himself. Me and Father says Adam attempts to attack us with his guitar, but we move smoothly out of the way. Father went left, I went right, before sending more tentacles towards Adam. You really think you can take me on? A mortal soul is no match for me, edgelord. Adam states coldly, you should know better than anyone what a soul can accomplish when they take charge of their own fate. Father states, but so far all I see is weak Fing attack. Some first man you are, I smirk out. Father's shadow looms behind him, making it appear as though there was a crack in the hotel's roof. Golden flame swirls around me, turning into an inferno, merging with my shadows. The crack leads up to Adam, where one of Alastair's shadow monsters appears and punches Adam. While my own monsters appear with flames surrounding it also attacks Adam with a kick. "Oh ho ho, you think you're tough SHT?" he says as he destroyed our shadows. "Tougher than you. Haha." Me and Father laugh out. Adam swings at us with his guitar. However, we easily dodges his strikes. "You lack discipline, control, and worst, goes into full demon form. You're sloppy," Father says darkly. I follow suit as grow in height to 18 foot tall. More of our shadow creatures appear, attacking Adam and crawling all over him, sending him flying upwards. "And you're F you red piece of F too much thing red." "Shut up." Adam panics out a bit using one of his tentacles. Father grabs Adam and throws him into the sign on the hotel's roof. We both smirk darkly at Adam as we see him fly out of the sign. "I'm going to wipe that 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐦𝐚𝐫𝐲 grin off your face, 'cause radio ISF dead." Adam shouts. Adam flies a few meters into the air and swings his guitar, sending a shockwave towards us. When it dissipates, we got forced out of our full forms and Father microphone has been snapped in two. My eyes widen in shock and it turns to anger. "What just happened?" Notices microphone. F. Father says. While Father is distracted by his microphone, I see that Adam attack towards Father. I push Father away and the attack hits my back. I yell in pain and get sent flying back to the edge of the roof. "Vincent!" Father shouts in anger. I wither in pain as I get up. My wing vanished to be protected in my body. I look at Father as BLD leaks down my back and face. Father went to go to me, but I summon a shadow and ordered my shadows to take Father away. I get up, gripping the side of the hotel edge. "Dad, where are you?" I grit my teeth and face a smirking Adam who is leaning on his guitar. My wounds heal up again. I have a feel my back wound will be a scar. I summon my battle axe again. "As much as I want to kill your arse, I don't want God anger." "He has something for you," Adam smirks out. "The F are you? Hey, get back here." I shouted. I watch Adam fly away and I throw my axe at him in anger, gritting my teeth as I roared in anger, shaking the whole of hell. Chains shoot up, grabbing angels left and right and ripping them apart. I fall to my knees and lean against a wall, breathing. I noticed the 666 News helicopter and Vox drone. My eyes widen and growl in anger. "Seriously?" I get up again to see. Pentious airship starts up and lifts itself off of the hotel. Everyone else watches. "Pentious," I say in shock. The airship edges closer and closer to Adam, the death ray charging up. Adam notices it. With one blast from his finger, Adam incinerates the airship and everyone inside it. "No!" I screamed. Tears form in my eyes as I see everyone look horrified at this. Suddenly, Charlie goes into her demon form with Razzle and Dazzle turning into dragons. I smirk as I watch her fly up on them with Vaggie. I raise my hand and summon angelic arrows and hitting angels that go near her and Vaggie. However, Loot kills Dazzle and goes after Vaggie. Charlie went to go after them, but Adam blocks her path. He punches Charlie and I catch her before she hits the hotel sign. I put her down and growl angrily at Adam. "Risking your immortal life for sinners. That's some crazy SHT, even for Lucifer's brats." Adam shouts, "These sinners are my family." We shout, "These sinners are my family." Do you even hear yourself? You should have stayed in your place, brats. Adam snaps out. Charlie stabs him in the arm with her pitchfork, while I sent golden fire at him before she swinging him around to throw him across the roof. "That's Prince and Princess of Hell to you, pig." We shouted, "The F. That hurt." Adam hisses out. We looks at him, Charlie flicking her tail as my wings spurt out and flitter a bit with my turning into my full demon angel form. Adam stands up. Hee hee. Adam says he attacks us and we both dodge and I punch him in the face, sending him back. I summon my shadows to keep Charlie safe. "Stay the F away from my sister, you be." I shouted. Adam smirks at me and attacks me with his guitar. I catch it with my hands and I grit as it cuts my hands. He pulls it away from me as my hands shake in pain. I look to see Charlie looking worried at me and her eyes widen. Vin, look out. She shouts. I turn to get punched and crash into the sign, landing face first next to Charlie. I get up coughing up BLD. As Adam grabs both of our necks. Luna POV. I sit up in fear as I see Vincent and Charlie struggling against the F hands. Moxie, Millie and Blitz watches in silence as their eyes are wide open. Vincent, F, kill him. I shouted at the TV. Izuku POV, let go. Me and Charlie snarl out, this fight was cute and all, but it's time to die with the rest of them. Adam snaps out. I grit my teeth as Charlie looks like she's about to cry. My eyes glow red as I blow flames at Adam's face as we see a fist punch Adam, causing him to let us go, and he gets sent flying into the hotel sign again. Me and Charlie starts to fall. I quickly flap my wings as I see Dad catch Charlie and grabbing my arm. Our eyes widen in shock. Dad. Me and Charlie breathed out, sorry I wasn't here sooner, you too? Dad says. Dad lands and puts Charlie down. And helps me land as well. My wings return into my back. Charlie clings to my arm quietly. Adam climbs back onto the roof, half of his mask having broken off. Demon Dad. Okay, seriously. How many of you freaks do I have to fight? Adam asks. Dad walks up to Adam, rolling up his sleeves to fight. I lean on Charlie in exhaustion as she rubs my back, equal exhausted. Oh, I'm the only one that matters. See, you messed with my daughter and now, I am going to F you. Dad says. Wait, what? Me and Charlie look disturbed and confused. Adam stares at Dad, perplexed. Lute and Vaggie stop their fight to stare in confusion at Lucifer. Angel PPS an eyebrow, smiling as Husk gives him a deadpanned look, and the other exorcists also stare in confusion. WF, it's F you up, Dad? Me and Charlie say. Wait, what did I say? Dada asks suddenly. Adam flies at Dad with a battle cry, smashing him into the wall. Dad transforms into a snake to escape and slithers into the air, before transforming back. My eyes glitter open at that. Hiya. So this is what you've been up to since Eden. Gotta say, you've really let yourself go, buddy. Dad taunts out while dodging Adam attacks. Adam grabs Dad by the foot. Lucifer turns into a snake briefly to free himself. Adam throws him away and Dad turns into a bird. I summon popcorn and share it with Charlie, who accepts it happily. You. Judging me. You're the most hated being in all of creation. Adam snarls out. He tries to shoot his angelic light at Dad, but Dad dodges it easily. Well, your first wife didn't seem to hate what I had to offer. Or the second, Bouchka-Papow. Dad smirks out. What the F? I says. Me and Charlie look at each other in embarrassment. We don't need to know that SHT. We look back to see Dad flies away doing a little dance. Adam briefly manages to hold him in a chokehold. I'll effing end you. Adam shouts. Dad turns into a horse and kicks Adam away. I burst out laughing at that while Charlie just smirks. Dad turns back while dodging Adam again. Whoa, missed me. Ooh, not even close. Nice try, douchebag. Dad taunts. Hold still, you slippery effort. Adam yells out. I see Charlie running over to help Vaggie. I follow after her while keeping an eye on Dad, who is in the form of an octopus, has Adam wrapped up in his tentacles before Adam chucks him away, Dad changing back to his standard form. Adam charges up a huge blast of angelic light at Dad. But Dad dodges and the light chops the hotel straight in half, heading toward me and Charlie. I push Charlie away from the light and falls of the building. I get hit by the light. I roar in pain. Vincent. Charlie screams. I fall off the building as Dad catches Charlie and me. I wither in pure utter pain. I got ya, he says to us. Dad. I say quietly. I spot Adam charge at us. My hand burst into flames as I catch Adam's arm. Whoa, wait, what the F? Adam says in shock. Me, Dad and Charlie stare at Adam menacingly before we catapult him to the ground screaming, the impact leaving a blast wave of smoke and a crater where he lay, his mask completely shattered, revealing his human face. He looks up and sees us all in our fully demonic form, a spark of flames emitting between Dad horns as his eyes glow BLD red. We land and Charlie helps me stand upright, my arm around her shoulder as Dad walks to Adam. You come at me and my children. Don't forget you're in my house speech. Dad roars in anger. We watch as Dad proceeds to punch Adam senselessly, fire coming from his hands as he does so, and laughs at Adam's pain. Dad then summons a sphere of fire, preparing to finish him off, before Charlie puts her hand on his shoulder, getting his attention. He looks at us and I tiredly smile at him, blood dripping from my injured and burnt form. Whoa, dad. He's had enough. Charlie say, even though he needs more. I have to agree with sis. I say quietly. We look down to Adam, who lies motionless on the ground. We then leave the crater, still staring at Adam. As my wounds find it's the perfect time to heal up and I grunt uncomfortably and I finally able to stand by myself. Alright. How's mercy taste, you little beach? Dad says to Adam. No gets up, you don't get to end this. I'm Fing. Adam gets out of crater and faces gang. I'm the Fing man, and you're just some Fing clown or something. I started everything on Earth. All of mankind came from these Fing nuts. You all should be worshipping me, you ungrateful, disgusting Fing losers. Adam rants out. I went to send fire at him, but we all see a small knife is stabbed through him, making Adam shout in pain. Everyone looks in shock as an angelic blade is stabbed right through his chest. Hoa. Vaggie and I say, hey, why you got something sticking out of your thing there? Dad points out. Adam collapses face first to the ground, revealing Nifty on his back, having sneaked up behind and stabbed Adam. Holy Nifty. Charlie says in shock. Nifty stares blankly at Adam for a few seconds before smiling and viciously stabbing Adam again and again, his golden blood going all over her. I chuckle tiredly at that. Stab. Stab, stab. Ha. 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 Are ya? Nifty says. Loot dashes up to Adam just as Nifty skips off, turning him to face her. Adam gives her a small smile before dying. Sir. Stay with me, sir. Adam. She screams. We all come up to her, me, Dad and Charlie still in our demonic forms. It's over. Me and Charlie say, take your little friends and go home. Please. Dad says. Loot realizes that the only option she has is obeying him and picks up Adam's halo. Retreat. All exorcists fall back. She says we watch all the surviving exorcists take off to the portal to heaven, Loot following behind scowling. The portal then closes as Dad looks to us all. So, size, who's up for pancakes? Dad asks. Only Nifty raises her hand, everyone else just looks at him, unamused. I just want to sleep, I whine tiredly. They all shake their heads at me. I slump down tiredly against the rubble as Charlie, Vaggie, Angel Dust, Husk, Nifty, Cherry Bomb and Dad digging through the rubble of the Has-Been Hotel. Charlie runs through the hotel with Vaggie, looking anxiously around. She sees Kiki lying in the rubble and picks her up. Oh, it's okay. Charlie mutters. I look to see the banner, for Pench's first week here. I tear up as Charlie kneels next to me with Kiki. She looks at me with the same expression. He did it for us, the ultimate sacrifice, I sang tiredly. He gave us his trust, and look how we paid the price. This bloodshed could have been avoided if I convinced heaven to work together. Charlie sings sadly. Charlie helps me up and we walks through the hotel's ruins to the edge of the precipice, where we have a clear view of the hotel's sign, collapsed on the ground. I hug Charlie and Kiki. She hugs back as Kiki rubs herself between us. I took a hotel, and I destroyed it. I know I could have done better, instead of letting you down. We both stand sadly. Dad walks over to us and places a hand on our shoulders. We look at him with tearful eyes. Come on, little ones, why the frown? In the last 10,000 years you're the first ones to change this town. Dad sings. He stands in front of us and points encouragingly at us. You can do this. Now I know it. For your story has just begun. You can't quit now, hell, you owe it. There's still damage to be undone. You've changed my mind, you've touched their hearts. Dad sings to us. Vaggie, Angel, who is still holding Fat Nuggets, Husk, Nifty and Cherry Bomb gather around us. Found the good in souls gone bad. The stage is wrecked. The crowd is gone, but by God, Charlie, Vincent. The show, it must go on. Dad sings. Everyone else gathers around us, singing encouragingly. We can do this, we can build it. Best hotel that you've ever seen. Twice the bedrooms, we can fill it, the group sings. with more sinners than you can dream. It starts with you, you know it's true, fulfill your destiny. They all sing to us, Charlie, and I look at each, our frowns turn into smiles, and we stands up. So long as I've got all of you with me. Me and Charlie sings nifty running around the hotel's ruins, picking up bricks. To build a hotel, I think we'll need some brick and lumber. Nifty sings, good thing we're in hell, check out this little magic number. Dad sings, Dad creates huge, neat piles of bricks. Meanwhile, Angel begins to build pillars. I summon tools and other stuff we need. Dad looks at me and pulls me into a side hug while looking proud at me. Start with foundation. Angel sings, a remedial creation for me and Dad. Sings me and Dad, using Kiki in her key form as a gun, creates foundations together. It's as easy as can be. Me, Dad, Angel and Dad sings, I give Kiki to Dad and I spout my wings out and fly to help anyone else. I fly down to Charlie, who is helping to rebuild the hotel while wiping away tears. No time for crying, we got a lot of work to do, and she sings, we gotta try and make the best of what's in ruins. I sing, she smiles up at me as Vaggie and Husk help to rebuild it, new coat of paint. New lights across the marquee, Vaggie and Husk sings Charlie and I use our angelic power to light up the light bulbs, with a little sorcery. We all sing Velvet POV, after the battle, masterless cattle. Overlords hanging by a thread. Vox and Val sings as we all look at a board showing a mind map of their enemies. Vox throws a knife through an old picture of Alastair. Vox is clearly visible in the frame, but has been torn out of the picture, presumably by Vox himself. I roll my eyes at that. With a bit of bravado, maybe tomorrow we'll be atop the heap. Vox and Val sings, they both dance together while I record them, smiling at their chaotic dancing. While the rest of Hells sing. Val sings, Alastair's missing. Fled with his tail between his legs. Nature abhors a power vacuum, it leaves room for you and me. They sing, I comes up behind them and puts my arms around their necks. The future of Hell belongs to the V's. They sing, we all laugh and smirk at each other. Alastair POV, I limping towards the ruins of my radio tower while holding the broken pieces of my microphone. Going into my tower. This place reeks of death, there's a chill in the air and I barely escaped being killed by a hare. Great Alastair, altruist, died for his friends, sorry to disappoint. That is not where this ends. I'm hungry for freedom, like never before. The constraints of my deal surely have a back door once I figure out how to unclip my wings. Guess who will be pulling all the strings? I sing while laughing. Izuku POV, we all finishing off the rebuilding while putting up a painting of Penchus and standing back. We can do this. Charlie and I, we can do this, will be better. Charlie and I, will be better though redemption may take a while. Charlie and I, though it may take a while. Wayward sinners, clear their ledger. We all sing. Suddenly Father appears in the middle of the group, now recovered, and we're doing it with a smile. Father sings, everyone except for Husk and Dad cheer and hug Father / Father. Me and Charlie shout, oh this guy. Dad groans out, we'll make a difference, wait and see. I sing to Charlie, we're gonna do this, you and me. Charlie and Vaggie sings, and then tomorrow it will be AF in Happy Day in Hell. We all sing our hearts out. Izuku POV, we are all chilling in the new hotel. I just woke up from my nap as I feel Dad run his fingers through my hair. I open my eyes and see him smile softly down at me. Charlie joins us and lays on the other side of Dad. Suddenly, the doors burst open. I sit up and we all see Luna. She looks around, and her eyes land on me. She tackles me off the sofa and hugs me tightly while hiding her face into my chest. You stupid thing idiot. You promised to be safe. She shouted at me. She looks up at me with big tearful puppy eyes. My eyes soften and I hold her face. I did, and look at me. I'm fine, I say. Bullshit. I and the other watched everything happen. She shouts at me. I sigh and hug her tightly and kiss her head. She slowly calms down and her tail wags a bit. I see everyone looking at us in shock. I sigh and I get up with Luna still hugging me. She noticed everyone as well. Oh. Luna, you already know everyone here. Everyone, this is Luna. My girlfriend. I say. Everyone is silent as Dad walks to me, pulling me down to ruffles my and Luna head. As long as you're happy, son. I'm just glad that you won't be alone when you take the throne. Dad jokes out. I roll my eyes at him as Luna stood there in shock. Anyway, Luna, why else are you here? I ask. Oh, Blitz and Moxie got caught by some people, she says. Wait, what? I shouted. Luna shakes her head and backs up, and I vanish from there. I appear in an alleyway and spot two people in tuxedos, dragging unconscious Blitz and Moxie into a van and drives away. I frown and think of my next cause of plan. I get out of the alleyway and notice that this time, I'm in America. Soon a portal opens to show Luna in her human form and Millie. Your dad won't stop showing me your baby photos. Luna groans out. I pale at that. Oh Lord Satan, please have mercy on me when I return. So got a plan. They drove in that direction. I say. I pointed to the left of me. And I noticed that Millie is holding a massive axe. Oh, it's that kind of plan. Come on. Let's find the dumbass twins. Luna says, lead the way, my dear. I hum out Millie Hicks and I help hold her axe. She must miss Moxie. Luna picks up Millie, and we both run down the street. Mainly me following Luna as she is smelling the direction to location. Blitz POV. I wake up to find myself and Moxie tied to some chairs. Those pricks grab the lamp over our heads and brings it close to Moxie's face, causing him to flinch away. Finally awake, little fella. Your partner has been a while now. Agent 2 states, look, shitbag, it takes a lot to keep me down, alright? I took a F-ton of tranquilizers in the college I dropped out of. Also, I've been strapped NPL first to a car battery. So, I rant out. I flinch as the lamp is shined in my face by Agent 1. Oh, okay. I groan out, tell us, demonsome. Who do you work for? Satan. Agent 1 asks me and Mox look at each other, and we both smirk. Wait till Vincent comes here. How did you get to our world from the afterlife? Why are yous killing humans? When did you show up here? The two stupid meatbags asks, okay, I'm gonna stop you right there, Beach. First of all, we just woke up from a very nasty shock. And I'm still feelin' iffin' woozy, so I'm gonna request you fetch us some coffee before we get into this. I mean, everyone gets coffee in shitty movies with scenes like this, am I right? I want something iced, Beach. I say in annoyance. I turn to Mox. Mox. I ask, I'll have a Neapolitan cappuccino, more capu than chino, make sure it's got no more than 4 ounces of milk, the beans won't have the right texture otherwise, and make sure they spell my name correctly on the cup. They always put Foxy or Roxy. I hate that. If you can't handle that, I'll have a venti traditional misto. Please use soy milk, with 2 blonde shots. Affogato points foot accusatorily at Agent 2 and Ristretto. I'd also love 3 vanilla pumps at the very bottom, then add the coffee after, then add. Mox says, enough. We aren't getting used coffee. Agent 1 shouts, wow. I was getting massive deech chills just there, Mox. Congrats. I say, if we have to, we are willing to resort to torture methods to get answers out of you nasty hell beasts. Agent 2 states coddly. Both me and Mox just stare at them with, are you serious? Looks, when you say torture, do you mean physical or psychological? Physical seems counterproductive. We would likely tell you anything if it meant an end to the pain, and you would have no way of knowing what was true. Mox asks, or we might like it too much. And then you've got a whole new thing to deal with. I added on, what do you mean by that? Agent 1 asks me and Mox smirk at this, and I lean back a bit. You're stupid. I can work with stupid. Daddy likey dummy. I smirk out. Moxie squirms in his chair trying to hold in his laughter but laughs anyway. As I smirk, good one, sir. Daddy likey. Mox wheezes out, you better stop Logan at us. Agent 2 shouts. The other Beach grabs my collar and glares down at me. I smirk in amusement. Yeah. You are the ones at our mercy. Agent 1 says, it's hard to resist, I'm really sorry. I mean, considering your approach thus far, you've had us tied here for what, hours? And you haven't even had us confirm what exactly we are. Mox states boredly, what are you? Agent 2 asks, I'm a Virgo. Mox smirks out, oh, a smart guy. I laugh out, one more quip out of you and we'll shut you up. Agent 2 says, ooh, getting kinky. I smirk out. Both agents recoil in shock and horror. Me and Mox smirk at that. What? We aren't playing into your vile demon cave, Agent 1 says. I mean, that's what it sounded like back there, you sickos. I say, please don't give them ideas, sir. Mox says sarcastically, why not? I know the SHT you're into. I say to Mox, stup. We are not getting 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐦𝐸𝐿 with yous. Agent 1 snarls out. Agent 2 grab Agent 1 and pulls him back. We both smirk at this. Calm down. Don't let these monsters get to you. Agent 2 says, hey, aren't we gonna get our phone call, beach? I ask as they alk away. Well, that entirely depends. Who you gonna call? Agent 1 asks, your fat mom, thanking her for a fat time. I laugh out, nice try, demon. His fat mom is dead. Agent 2 says this caused Agent 1 to start crying into his own arm. Me and Mox chuckle at that. Izuku POV. We finally arrive at the place and peek around the side of the building, looking for a way to sneak in. This where they ended up. Millie asks, I think so. If this looks intense. How are we gonna get in? Luna groans out, there's tons of security cameras. We have to sneak in. I say. Millie sees a small vent over their heads and points at it. Lift me up to that vent. She says. Luna raises her hand and Millie climbs up, opens the vent and crawls inside. She opens the side door from inside the building and lets us in. We sneak through the halls trying to find Moxie and 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐸𝐿. I notice the camera. I melt into the shadows and appear behind the surprise guards. I snap their necks and sent their bodies to Auntie Rosie. I see that Luna screeches to a halt. I made the camera zooms out, revealing a bunch of agents holding several Japanese melee weapons. An agent holding a naginata runs toward Luna and Millie and swings it at them. The girls duck, avoiding the blade. Luna jumps, swings the axe, chopping off an agent's leg while Millie shoots him twice with twin pistols. Luna throws the axe at another agent's face where it sticks. Millie climbs the agent's body and removes the axe from his head, jumps to avoid yet another guard's katana swing, then chops the katana-wielding agent in two vertically. I curse and appear behind the agents, and my shadows basically rip them apart, leaving Millie and Luna to stare at me, one with in love, the other in excitement. Okay, that was cool. Millie says, let's go find the idiots. I say. They nod, and we kept walking around. We soon spot one agent hiding a button, attempting to stop us by closing the blast door on us. Thing idiots. The other two reveal their shuriken and proceed to throw them at the girls, though they miss entirely. 𝐒𝐮𝐸𝐿𝐸𝐿. I shouted, throw me. Millie orders. Luna throws Millie, grunting. I stand close to Luna as we watch Millie holding her axe in front of her. Millie flies toward the group of agents, landing with a roll just as the blast door labeled, Caution Blast Danger, closes behind her. Screams of agony can be heard as Millie slaughters them behind the door. I cross my arms as Luna shakes her head and leans her head on my arm. The blast door opens back up to show Millie surrounded by dismembered corpses and blood splattered on the walls and ceiling. She throws an arm to me. I catch it and I simply start eating it. Luna walks to Millie, and I follow while quickly finishing the arm. DMN. You're pretty agile for an old lady. Luna says, I'm, like, 5 years older than you. Millie whined out, either way, both of you have your own special talents. Now let's go, I say. Luna blushes and nods up at me. Simp. Millie chuckles out, shut up, Moxie simp. Luna sasses back. I shake my head at them. We kept walking for God knows how long till we walk up to a 3x4 12-digit keypad. Millie walks closer and sees that the one button is the only one that shows anywhere, while the other buttons are untouched. That's fing stupid. They could have at least changed it to something harder. Try, Millie says. Luna presses 1 5 times. The door slides open, revealing a reception desk. We look at each other in affirmation and run inside. Millie vaults over the desk as the door slams shut behind them. Oh, for God's sake. Should I just shadow transport us to them? This will take forever, I ask. You could have said that earlier. Millie groans out, I'll stay here as lookout. Luna says, okay, stay safe. I say. She nods at me with a smile. I grab Millie's shoulder before melting into the shadows and appearing into the room to see Blitz and Moxie tied up. "There's my Millie." Moxie cries happily. She runs over to Moxie and 𝐒𝐿𝐲 and begins to untie them. I lean against a wall and sigh at them quietly. "Impressive work, Mills. How'd you get here all by yourself?" Blitz asks Blitz. I strained out. He looks at with an OSHT look while Millie and Moxie have a tender reunion but are rudely interrupted when Luna smashes through the one-way window using Agent 2 as a makeshift battering ram. "Diamen, that is hot." "Loony." Blitz says happily, "Get your buttes out here before more F-airs show up." Luna shouts. Luna throws Agent 2 at Agent 1 as he stands behind her in shock. She crouches, wolf ears sprouting from her head, and leaps, having instantly reverted to her hellhound form as she lands. A wolf howl sound effect plays as she lands. She drops her backpack and 𝐒𝐿𝐲 and Moxie grin maniacally at each other. Moxie pulls out twin submachine guns while 𝐒𝐿𝐲 brandishes his trusty flintlock pistol, flicking the hammer. Agent 1 weakly presses a button, setting off an alarm. I sigh and turn into my full demon form. Okay, I've had one too many emotions for today. Guys, let's F these F-airs up. Blitz says. Moxie give an evil, toothy smile and nods. A fluid fight scene starts as one agent attempts to strike 𝐒𝐿𝐲 with the sickle end of his 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 hit an agent with a katana. A female agent attempts multiple strikes at Luna with her naginata, but Luna deftly dodges and, with the 𝐒𝐮𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 sickle still in her mouth, stabs the agent through the throat. She releases the 𝐒𝐮𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸 and grabs the chain in her hands while running, wrapping it around another agent's neck and yanking hard enough to decapitate both him and the agent with the sickle end in her throat, sending both their heads flying. I click my fingers as agents around me just simply explodes into body parts with my voodoo magic. Millie jumps and twirls in the air with her axe and goes for an agent wielding a katana. He tries to block but the axe easily breaks through his sword and he is cleaved in half, splattering BLD and brain matter around her. She then sees an agent with a two-handed sword running toward her, so she runs up to him and dismembers him in 2 quick swings. She uses her axe to deflect incoming shuriken and swings at their thrower, but he backflips away as another agent with a sword runs at her. She jumps and flips in the air and lands with a pose, then briefly clashes with the sword-wielding agent before taking off his entire lower half. The shuriken thrower makes a second attempt, but he is easily cut down. She then happily runs off while spinning her axe as the agent she dismembered earlier is seen helplessly flailing his bleeding stumps. Diamond, I'm glad she's a friend of mine. Anyway, I teleport to Luna as Blitz joins us as well. He slithers up into her hair and shoots an agent with a crossbow. One agent swings at her with a sword, but I block it with my hand, and I growl darkly at him and blow fire at him, burning him to death. Okay, that's hot. Luna say, oh hell no. Luna, stop flirting with him. Blitz whined, nope, be glad I'm the next queen of hell. Blitz, she says that's made his mind click and I see him looking at me with acceptance. Ding, he changes his mind just by that sentence. Anyway, more agents appear, and Luna grabs one of them. She briefly shakes him back and forth before throwing him and grabbing another agent by the face, slamming him to the floor. 𝐒𝐿𝐲 hands her an energy rifle of some sort, which she fires at a few agents. I sent Shadow's monsters at the other agents that's out of Luna's eyesight. Die, WhatIfs. Luna shouts, I am just so dim and proud of you, Loony. Hugs Luna's face and kisses her cheek. Bye, sweetie. Blitz says. 𝐒𝐿𝐲 slithers off of Luna, who growls angrily at his affection. She then bites down on another agent's head and throws him. I grab 2 and smash their heads into the ground, till they're noting but smush. Soon all the agents are dead around us. Luna breathes and I see BLD on her fur. I smirk and walk to her. She looks at me with a smile and I pull her closer by the waist so I can lick the BLD off her. She yelps and her tail wags like crazy while she blushes. You had BLD on ya. I wanted to clean it up. I say. I stick my snake tongue out but she kisses me before letting me go. I slowly turn into a tomato and I hide my face in embarrassment. She laughs and hugs me. We should go find the others. I say, fine. She says. She holds my hand, and we go towards where we saw Blitz run off to. Till we see and will hear. Oh, SHT, come on, fam. Let's blow this coxical joint. Blitz whines, don't have TI be told twice. I say Blitzo, me and Luna run for the exit. Millie hoists Moxie off the ground and they join the rest of the group. Before we can leave, the doors close in front of them. A set of iron bars lowers in front of the doors, then a garage door closes further down. 𝐻𝐸𝐴 clamps quick. The book. Moxie shouts. Luna pulls Stola's grimoire out of the backpack and attempts to read it. Shit. I can't read the spell in this light. I can't see pages. Luna says Blitzo searches himself for more weapons but comes out empty-handed. Well, it looks like we've milked this weapon melons dry, and now we're out of badassery. Blitz says I went to say that I can get us out of here till we see the silhouettes of Agents 1 and 2 slide menacingly into view. Huh. You demons aren't going anywhere now. Agent 2 says I growl demonically and stand in front of everyone. You mess with me, I growl out, oh yeah, who are you? They ask, Prince of Dash. I start saying we all begin noticing strange happenings around them. The gang's shadows growl and meld into a hideous beast. A screen suddenly turns on and flickers, rattling around aggressively before turning off, then showing the agent's reflections and the four-eyed silhouette of a certain someone who wasn't there before. The agents are startled as the screen breaks off of the wall, falls at their feet and slides away. Two more screens then break off of the wall while the rest shudder and display static. Who dares threaten? My impish little plaything. Stola says, oh finally. Who said that? Agent 2 asks, Stolas, help deal with that one. I say. The agents look at the floor, where bird-like footprints appear coming towards them. Another monitor bashes Agent 1 in the face, removing his shades and knocking him to the floor. He turns to look at Agent 2. I grab Agent 1 and deal with him by simply knocking him out. I sigh and stretch my back as I hear a crack from it. Soon, Stolas walks up to the gathered IP group, stopping in front of Blitz. Luna grabs my hand and watches this happen. Stolas. Hold on, how did you know that we needed help? Blitz asks, I have my ways, darling. Are you alright? Stolas asks. He leans forward, gazing into Blitzo's eyes as he places a hand on his cheek. Blitzo rolls his eyes. I shake my head at this corny owl. I'm fine, Stolas. Blitz says, good. Stolas hums. Then suddenly, Stolas pulls Blitzo's head in roughly and adopts a sharper, angrier tone. How the F? Did you get caught by humans? Are you little creatures not being careful up here? You know, if you get in trouble, I get in trouble. Don't want that. Stolas says angrily. I agree with Stolas. Heck, my father already knew of this when Luna came to get my help to save your arses. I say. Caught us off guard, your highnesses. Mox says to us. Yeah, you can unclench your bird puss, Stolas. It's not gonna happen again, K. Also, Vin, explain everything to your father about this, Blitz says. I sigh out, luckily for you. Most don't believe the word of the demon-obsessed lunatics. Stolas states, yep, I agree with that. We all look at each other quietly as we look at the now two awake and terrified agents that are hugging each other. They are seen as kooks. Such a silly word. Claps his hands together now. Let us all return. Stolas says happily, I agree. I sigh out. Stolas opens a portal back to the office. Yes, please. I'd like to get back to the correct hellhole as soon as possible. Mox says. Moxie hops through and helps Millie through. Luna walks through looking at Stola's grimoire while dragging me by the hand, and Stolas picks up Blitzo in a bridal carry. I shake my head at them when I see them walking through the portal as I lay my head in Luna's lap from where we're sitting. Comfy. I sigh as she rubs my head softly, minding my ears and antlers. Izuku POV. It's been a week since that chaos happened. I appeared in the IP meeting room to see Luna alone. I look around silently and flop next to her. Where's the others? I ask. Mox took Millie to Ozzy's while Blitz followed them. She says, I'm not surprised. I think and face her. Wanna Go to Earth for a date. I ask, wait really? She asks, yep. I say she jumps up, and her tail is going crazy. Human form or just this? She asks, just that? We'll be going to Japan. I say, her eyes widen, and she grabs my hand. I laugh and teleport us to my old neighborhood. She looks around in excitement. I laugh and hold her hand. We both walked around, and I took her to the places that caught her attention. I smile at that, and we both laugh while drinking coffee till someone bumps into me and again gets coffee spilt on me. Gah, not again. I shouted, babe. Luna says in shock I removed my shirt so it won't burn me, revealing my scared up body. Yes, my past life scars are still on my body. And these scars, who is the effer that bumped into us? Luna growls in anger. We look, and I noticed it's Izumi, Mina, and Momo. I burn my shirt and rub my face when I noticed them looking at my scarred body. Luna noticed and stands in front of me while growling. Keep your eyes off my man, Luna growls out. My dear, calm down. I sigh out. Luna huffs and hugs my arm quietly. I face the girls again and bend to their eye level. Why is that every time I have coffee, it's always one of you that makes me spill it over myself? I ask, I'm sorry. Izumi whimpers. I frown, and my eyes narrow at her. How about we apologize by getting you more coffee? Momo asks, TSKO. Luna growls out. I look at Luna and stand back up straight. May I ask, where did you get those scars? Mina asks. My head snaps at her. My scars are a secret. Nobody minus Angel, Husk, father, sis, mum, and dad knows of them until now. That's none of your business. I snarl out, babe. Luna says. I look at her and she has questions. I sigh and face the girls again. Bullies and their quirks. I hiss out. This caused them to flinch and I shake my head. I grab Luna's hand and teleport away to a park. We both sit down, and I groan in frustration. Let me guess, it's a sensitive subject, she says. I look at her, and I sigh and lean my head on her shoulder. I should tell her everything. So that's what I did. I explained everything from my past life, the neglect and abuse. When I finish talking, she sighs and takes my head from her shoulder so she can hold it. Babe, just forget about them. You have a new great and better life. She says. I smile at that and hug her tightly. She hugs me back. Now, enough of this depressing SHT. Let's get something to eat. She says. I laugh as she drags me up and drags me into a random direction to find somewhere to eat, which turns out to be a all-you-can-eat buffet. After eating, we return to hell. I kiss her and she kisses back. I went to pull away, so I could head back to the hotel, but she pulled me into the building and into her room, locking the door behind us. Izuku POV. It's been about 2 months since our date. Now, me and Luna are sitting in the back of a car. She is wearing a red and black dress and black-heeled boots, while I'm wearing a simple red button shirt, black trousers and boots. Her phone buzzes and she looks down and sees 𝐒𝐿𝐴 trying to call her. She declines the call. I shake my head at that. You want me to drop you off here? The driver asks, oh, yeah, this looks right. I, haven't been here before. She says. We step out of the vehicle, and music can be heard playing as the car drives off. I shake my head and wrap my arm around Luna as she looks down at her phone and texts Vortex. She looked around nervously, but I kissed her, and this seemed to calm her down. We both spot Tex waving at us happily. Luna. Vincent. Tex shouts. We both walk to him. I high-five him while Luna shakes her head at us. Glad you two could make it? He says, yeah. Thanks for inviting us. Luna says. We walk into the mansion, where the party is taking place. I realize who place this is now. I wonder if Beelzebub would tease me again. Lord, have mercy on me. Course. Hey, everyone. Meet the new faces. Tex says happily. We see that literally everyone is enjoying themselves. I smile at that. You want a drink or anything? Tex asks you. Totally. Luna says, sure. I say. Tex leaves us alone, and Luna drops her fake smile and looks over to a group of Valley Girl-esque hellhounds. What's wrong? I ask. I used to have a crush on him, but I found out he's dating someone. She says, well, his loss. You have me, and that what matters, I says, dork. She snorts out she kisses me before dragging me to some hellhounds. She told me who is who. And so, I told him, I'm not gonna go get it, unless you throw it this time. I believe it's Vicky that says, that is so, not fetch. A Dalmatian demon says, not fetch. Vicky agrees, hi. Like, that happens all the time. Ta-ta. Luna says nervously. They both looked at us as I kept my arm around Luna's waist quietly. Gee. Luna. Lunatic Luna. That you. And Prince Vincent. Vicky says, lunatic. Luna says quietly. I frown at that. Why is Luna so quiet? But I can't believe you're showing up to another party. I mean, do you even remember the last one? Vicky asks, I'm sure you'll remind me. Luna snarls. Vicky took her phone out and shows us a photo of Luna vomiting. Here's this you right? Vicky smirks out, why do you still have that? Luna growls out, it brings me joy. You know you're supposed to keep things that bring you joy. Vicky hums out. Luna growls even more at her. But I rub her hip and this seemed to calm her down a bit. I'll take her somewhere to calm down. You two enjoy the party, I say, see you Vin. They say. I pull Luna away, in a private area, and she kisses me while growling in possessiveness. She pulls away, blushing while I smile down at her with my own small blush. Did I miss anything? Tex asks with our drinks. No, nothing. Luna says we take our drinks from him and I sip it, while Luna leans on me. I see Tex looking at us before smirking at me. Keep her safe, he whispers to me. I smirk and nod my head at him. How are my dirty beaches tonight? A demon booms out. Vortex smiles at us in response, inviting us over. We follow him. Oh, y'all ready to party with the Queen Bee of Gluten York? Come on. The demon announced. Please don't tease me. After this, hell yeah. 'Cause the honey is flowin' tonight. And this beach is about to get effin' wild. Let's get it started. Beelzebub says, cotton candy, cotton's it, candy, hey. I'm what you need, I'm what you want, I got it all, a carnivale, I'll bring you up, I'll take you down, I'm sticky sweet, stuck in your teeth like, Beelzebub sings. We watch her flying around while giving sweets to everyone. Cotton candy, cotton candy, cotton candy, oh, cotton candy, I'm what you want, not what you need, She sings a brief shot of a hellhound drinking while peering into one of Bee's honey pits, then getting knocked over by a pillar of rising honey. I see Luna looks annoyed by her, so I put my empty cup down to wrap my arms around her, causing her to lean against me. I don't know why, I'm what you want, but it's the truth. I'm not your lie. Let them eat cake, let them eat pie, or, better yet, let them eat cotton candy, cotton candy, cotton candy, oh, cotton candy, I'm what you want, not what you need. Cotton candy skies sweet as apple pie. I can't help but shine brighter than the starlight in the sky. Cotton candy, yeah, cotton candy. I'm what you want, not what you need. So, what you want? Ya hungry? Take a bite. She sing. Bee enlarges the taco one of her guests planned on eating, then shoves it into his mouth. Get fed tonight. So, what you want? She says happily. Bee moves on to the next table, where she enlarges the alcoholic beverage of two dog demons, which she then shoves down their throats. Kinda brutal, to be honest, but she did do that to me once. And look how I turned out. Your Queen Bee brings the sweet stuff, so keep making me that motherfucking honey. Yeah, keep it comin'. She says. Bee enlarges the party's punch bowl and prompts the others to swim in it, which 4 partygoers do without hesitation. Luna gets nervous and mouths something. I frown at this and hug her a bit tighter. Cotton candy, cotton candy, oh, cotton candy, I'm what you want, not what you need. Cotton candy skies. Sweet as apple pie. I can't help but shine. Brighter than the starlight. Cotton candy skis sweet as apple pie. I can't help but shine. Woo. Brighter than the starlight in the sky. She sings. Beelzebub ends her performance with a firework of confetti and the hellhounds cheer as Luna shakes the cotton candy out of her hair. Then she reaches up to remove the cotton candy from my hair, so I bent down a bit to let her do so. I turn red when she touches my ear, and I see her smirking at me. I shake my head and stand back up. Fuss. Flies over to Vortex. The party is buzzin' now. Dusts herself off. I feel like I went a little too HRD on the confetti this time. No. I have materializes a mini rainbow. A rainbow in my vgna right now. B says I just deadpan at that. Hey. Is this the sweet pup you told me about? And if it isn't, little prince. Man, you've grown since I last saw you. B says I just deadpan at her. Excuse me. Luna asks, she's a fin cutie. Where have you been hiding, girl? B laughs out, is there something funny? Luna asks, nah, I'm just really high on all this tasty energy right now. Tex says you don't get invited out much. I hope this itty-bitty get-together can serve as a fun first time. B hums out, of course, she is high. Luna briefly looks behind her to see a hellhound slide down a staircase only to get hit in the PP when he gets down. Oof, that's gotta hurt. I would have thrown a bigger one, but I couldn't convince Belphegor to let me break into her stash of party drags. So fing lame. I mean, I usually just steal them, but Belle changed the locks. B says, why am I not surprised? I deadpan. She laughs and summons a beer bottle. She says I'm a total jackass for trying. But I'm proud to be a total jackass. B shrugs at it. Anyway, yeah, B, this is Luna. And Luna, this is my girlfriend B. Tex say, wait. Oh, DMN. Nice to meet a beach. B says, oh, she's hot. She says in realization. Holy th okay. Tex, you didn't tell me she was hilarious. That's so funny. B laughs, right? Luna groans. I frown at that and hold Luna close. I love that that's the first thing you say to me. You don't give a SHT how freaky you come off, and that's fing appealing. Moves next to Luna. You're my new favorite person. B says. I roll my eyes at that. She has a favorite person every day. Why the? Luna asks, yeah, beach. Reminds me of the time I saw Satan without a shirt on. B laughs out, Satan of all people. I deadpan, well, it could have been you, but you never show skin. B states. I see this, said Luna off, but she smirks in victory. I shake my head at her. Anyway, girl, you have a good time tonight. Get some sweets, get some eats. Drink it, tear it, F it up. B says. B walks over to some party guests. Lana sighs and tugs my arm. I look at her and I knew she wants to leave. Yeah, we're gonna go. Luna sats, what? You just got here. At least one drink, right? Tex sats, nope, you really wouldn't like me after one drink. Luna says she puts her cup down at a nearby staircase and walks out the door. While dragging me, I see she is shedding tears as she calls 𝐒𝐮𝐲. I frown deeply and hug her tightly. Forget about him. You have me. Wanna just watch some horror film or something? I ask, yeah. She says. I kiss her tears away, and she snuggles into me. So stupid. I shouldn't have come. She sighs out suddenly. Viven arrives as Blitz rolls down the window. Hey Looney, Vincent. How you doin'? You alright? He asks. We get in and Luna sighs quietly. Yeah, I'm fine. I just wanna go. Luna sighs. Then an imp appear at Blitz's window, and we all look at him quietly. Hey, that sounds like 𝐒𝐮𝐲. The imp says. The O is silent, but Blitz growls out. I knew it was you. Man, where've you been? Are you here for the party? The imp asks, and no, I'm just here picking up my daughter. Blitz answers, oh, do you have a daughter now? Imp says in shock. I groan and hug Luna. Adopted? Luna shouts, ah man, you're already leaving. Things just got started. Come in and show us all up again. The imp says, no, thank you. But I think Looney and Vincent wants to head back. Blitz says, wait, Vin is here as well. Holy, imp says. I groan loudly, and Luna rubs my back. We notices a handsome hellhound approaching the van. The hottie next to you wants to leave. The hellhound asks, watch it? Me and Blitz growls out, heck, I even wrap my legs around Luna. Mine. I grumble out. Luna smirks at me and shakes her head. I realize what she's planning. I mean, we could stay a little longer. Luna says, I think we need to go, okay. I think it's been a long night. Blitz sighs out, well, these people seem to know you. Come on. I think I want to give this another try. Makes puppy dog eyes. Please. Luna asks DMN, even the puppy eyes. They fine. Maybe one drink. Blitz sighs out. Not long later, after returning to the party, we see Blitz drinking from a keg as the other guests chant. I shake my head and got my phone out to record this. Blitz. 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 We chant. He hops off the keg, and we all cheer while the hellhound howl. Ha. That was nothing, Beach. Gimme a real challenge. Blitz says 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴 then appears behind Blitzo holding a chicken leg. Seriously, B. Oh yeah. Wanna F with the big Beach, imp boy? I got a challenge for ya. She smirks out, oh, he's gonna die. Vicky says, I agree. I say. Tex arrives with 2 yellow kegs and puts them down. Alright, let's do this. From B's personal supply, the hardest SHT there is. Tex announced. Blitzo does some stretches. Luna hugs my arm, looking excited. You ready, my man? Tex asks, oh, born ready. Tries to open one of the kegs. Bring it, Barky. I will drink you under this fing table. You have no idea what kind of night I've had. Blitz says B uses her powers to lift the kegs and prep nozzles for them. Alright, SHT talker, but there hasn't been a soul yet who can beat me at my own game. So, you better bring the fire, baby. B laughs. Oh, is Queen Bee too scared to lose to a little imp like me? Blitz says, never knew Blitz to be a like this. I say, agreed, but it's fun. Oh, send me that recording, babe. Luna says. I nod my head at her. Oh, let's get it on, you little bee. B shouts happily. Vortex signals for the contest to begin, and B and Blitz start drinking. Come on, Blitz. F her up. You can do it. Luna says. Blitz rips off the nozzle and chugs the whole keg, surprising us all, mainly B, who looks at him in concern. Who's the queen now? Blitz says, yeah, that's my dad. Luna says, well, for me, that's a first. I haven't had a first in a while. That was magical, seriously, impressive. I tip my crown to you, imp boy. Bows before Blitzo respect. B says. She howls, prompting the other party guests, including Luna, to cheer as Blitzo passes out drunk, as he gets carried off as B and Vortex look at each other in concern. I understand why. That SHT is strong as F. I had it once and I couldn't remember anything the next day. As the party continues, the guests continue. Having fun and chatting, Luna is shown laughing with a couple of other hellhounds, and Vortex taps her on the shoulder. Hey Lune, I don't mean to be a buzzkill here, but you're a that guy dude. He's seeming a bit. Tex starts. B then comes up behind him looking concerned. Out of control, a mess. B says in concern, yeah, it's worrisome. You want to maybe check on him or something? Tex asks what? No, Blitz is fine. He's always a mess, trust me. Luna says, true, but that stuffs you up badly. I say, look, honey. I see people having fun and getting fed up all the time. But he's getting wasted off his butt and causing problems on purpose. So I feel like you should check up on him at least. B explains. I see Luna looks annoyed, but I drag her to find Blitz. Before she starts a fight with B. Blitzo. Where are you, shithead? Luna shouts. We see Blitzo French kissing another imp. Okay, he's F up. Oh, he's on a pages. Grabs Blitzo by the collar. What the F are you doing, Blitzo? Luna asks, this guy. Blitz says happily, it looks like you're in the middle of a goddamn org. Stop. Luna groans, Blitz, let's get you home. I say, look, I didn't expect you to come in here and see any of this, Looney. I'm so sorry, but it's a party. I'm just having fun with. Turns to the imp. The F is your name again. Blitz says, Dennis. Imp says, Christ on a stick, you would be a Dennis. Waves arms, shooing Dennis away. Get the F away from me, I'm not fing a Dennis tonight. I need a Monica or Alejandro in here, stat. Blitz says. The imp standing by a nearby corner pulls him in. But Luna punches the imp's face in, causing him to back away. Then Blitzo stumbles, and Luna catches him. I shake my head and help Luna hold him. You don't need anyone else sking your face, freaky weirdo. Carries Blitzo over her shoulder. You need to drink something other than 𝐒𝐿𝐴. Luna says, I agree. That he hits bad later. I say, no. Blitz whines. We carries him to the van, and buckles him up. Then Luna 3 new friends wave her goodbye. Luna waves back, then she gets in the van and drives off. Do you need to throw up? She asks, No. Blitz pouts out we both know otherwise. We scoff out we soon arrive at the apartment. Luna turns on the lights and I puts Blitz back on the couch. She goes and gets a glass of water and a blanket for him. I had a really shitty day. Blitz whines, Is that why you drank like 5 gallons worth of who knows what? Luna asks, Fizz was right. I'm gonna die alone, aren't I? Just a wrinkly, old, withered waste. Will you be there, loony Vinny? Blitz sobs out beware. We ask, I dunno, just mumbles lonely. Die alone. He mumbled we both look at each other quietly, I'll be there, Dad. She sighs quietly, she drapes the blanket over Blitz and pats his head. He won't remember anything tomorrow anyway. Now go the F to sleep. Luna say, Millie, Moxie, Stolas. Blitz grumbles. I turn the lights off as we takes one last look at Blitz before heading into her room, then after a beat. Luna leans on me when we both got ready for bed and laying on her bed. He'll be fine in the morning. Hopefully, I sigh out, hopefully. Night, she mumbles. Night, my dear. I mumble. We both fall asleep snuggling into each other, the last sound we hear in Blitz vomiting. A week since the party. Izuku POV. It's now the entrance exam day. I grumble as I eat breakfast tiredly. Angel and Husk are next to me. Father had to go to another Overlord meeting. Charlie and Dad appear next to me. I know, you won't be here as much. So, we want to give you this, Charlie says. I'll be here at night, sis. It's not like I'm moving out. I deadpan out. I know, son. This is to help you on Earth. Dad says. I blink and put my fork down, taking the presents. I open Charlie first to see some clothes. So, in case you destroyed your clothes and spilt coffee on it. She says, hey, I don't always spill my coffee on myself. I say. They all deadpan at me and I sigh, raising my hands in defeat. Fine. I groan out. I open Dad present and see a crown. I already have a crown. Dad picks it up and puts it on my head. What's with the crown? I ask him. He holds my face towards him. I blink in confusion. That crown was my first crown. I want you to have it. He says. This shocks me, and I see everyone smiling at me. I face Dad again to see him looking proud at me. Wear it at all time, show those future sinners who you are, he says. Dad. I whisper in shock. He kisses my head and smiles. I get up from my seat and hug him. He smiles and hugs me back. I drag Charlie into the hug as well. Thanks, you too, I say. No problem, bro, Charlie says. You're welcome, Dad says. I let them go while smiling at them. I notice the time, and I teleport away. I appear next to Nizu, who is with everyone but Mike. I say, good morning, Vincent. Mike is just introducing the practical to the examinees. He say. I nod, and I spot Inko and Tashinori is here as well. Soon, we see the examinees appear and start fighting the robots. So they need to destroy those robots to gain points. I ask, yep, Power Loader says. I cross my arms quietly and see Aizawa appear next to me. I noticed Izumi is struggling. Wait, has she already used all her energy? For F's sake. I sigh and rub my face. There are those who can assess the situation. Aizawa says yeah, Fing Shoji and some others with similar quirks. Those who'll never late to the party. Midnight says. Let me guess, those with speed or flying quirks. Those who can cope with any given situation. And then there are the natural-born warriors. Nizu says. I frown a bit. I'm so going to make their 3-year experience hell. This year's quite the bumper CRP. Let's see how they can deal with this. Nizu says. We see him press a button, a boom. We see a skyscraper robot. My eyes glitter open as I see it destroy buildings. Just destruction. I say. They all look at me. What? I say. They shake their heads at me and I shrug. We watch everyone run away from it till Izumi and another girl are stuck. Inko shouts. We look and see she is right. All Might went to go but I stop him. Let me, I say. I vanish and appear next to the girls. I pick them up and teleported into the air. My wings spurred out as the girls clung to me tightly out of fear. The pointer looks at me as I see rockets shoot at us. I shoot away from it and I click my fingers for my tendrils to hold it down as I shoot an energy blast at it, completely destroying it to dust or scraps. I land back down and put the girls down. My wings flap a bit before laying against my back. Izumi looks up at me with wide eyes. While the other girl, "Wait, Reiko." Thank you," Reiko mutters. I smile softly and pat Reiko's head. At least she's safe. "Go to the others and see recovery girl," I say. She nods and hugs me before running away. Does she remember? I shake my head and I face a shock Izumi. I frown at her still form. I kneel to her height and flick her head. She yelps and hold her forehead. "That's for using your quirk at max and using up your energy, brat," I say. "Sorry," she whines. I stand back up. I see Tenya and Ochako run to us. "Thank you for saving her," Tenya says. "Tisk, Yin wanted death on their hand," I say. "But still, thank you," Ochako says. I see their eyes look up to my head and their eyes widen. "You're a prince," Ochako shouts. "Now I must go," I say. With that I burst into flames and appearing back next to Nizu. Wings return into my back. I see shock on their faces. "What?" I ask. "That attack is powerful," Inko says. "That. It wasn't even my full power," I say. This shocked them all. We soon start scoring rescue point to everyone and soon everyone leaves. I'm walking around UA to get stopped by Inko, Izumi and Toshinori. I raise an eyebrow at them. "Can we talk in private?" Inko asks. "Fine. Not like I have a busy schedule," I say sarcastically. With that we walk into a private room. I sit on a desk as they stand in front of me. "What is it?" I ask. Toshinori lifts his shirt up to show a nasty scar. I raise my eyebrows silently. 5 years ago, an enemy done this to me. My respiratory system was nearly destroyed. Along with my stomach being removed. I can only work for about 3 hours a day, he say. "Okay. What does this have to do with anything?" I ask. "Dad." Izumi says, "After seeing you save Izumi, that girl and everyone during that fish monster attack, I want you to inherit my power." He says, "Wait. What? They want me to have one for all. Is that even possible? I'll just play dumb for now. My quirk, it was passed down to Mr. like the Olympic torch." He says, "Wait. What the F are you even saying? Your quirk isn't your to begin with. Explain." I say, "Vincent, Toshinori was born quirkless but my mother chose him to hold the power." Inko says, "Wait. He was quirkless? I actually didn't know that information. Are you shitting me? He knew what I felt and been through. I have the ability to transfer power. That's the quirk I have. It's called One for All." He says, "Wait, you want me to have this? Why not Miss Yagi?" I ask. "That was the original plan. But after everything that happened to Onaikan, I don't want it anymore. We decided to give it to someone else," Izumi explains. "I should take this power, so it won't go to someone stupid or power-hungry. But then again, I am power-hungry." "Fine, I take it," I say. Their eyes widen in shock. Toshinori stands up and smiles at me. "Great, but first, we need to see if your body can deal with the pow dash." Toshinori says, "Hold up. Toshinori, I'm the Prince of Hell. Next King even. I'm one of the strongest," I say. This shock Izumi. "Prince of Hell?" She squeaks out, "Oh right. I forgot about that." He laughs out. I shake my head. He buffs up as I see Inko explain everything to Izumi. The best way for the quirk to be transferred is via DNA. He says, "Wait, DNA." I watch him pull a SRP of hair from his head and gives it to me. I pale at that. I sigh and grab it. I summon a cup of water and down the hair with the water. I groan at the taste. The transfer should normally take 24 hours or less to transfer, Inko says, "Right." I strained out. I return back to the hotel and see. I don't know what I'm seeing. Angel is flirting with Husk, clearly drunk. Dad and father are flirting, clearly drunk as well. Charlie and Vaggie are God knows where. I sigh and go to my room and lock the door. I slump into bed and I fall asleep. I open my eyes to see a void with 8 chairs. I notice people sitting in them. 2 are against a wall and the last chair is empty. On number, a white-head man says. I noticed a shadow coving my mouth. I glare and I ripped it away. This shocked them. "I'm guessing you're the previous holders of the quirk," I say. "Ah, you understand it," 4th user says. "Yeah." I sigh out, "Izuku." I freeze up and turn to see Grandma. She smiles up at me and holds my face. "Grandma, Please don't call me that, I say. Okay, Vincent. She says she smiles and kisses my head. Why bring me here? I ask, we want to inform you that the transfer is complete. She says, so it worked. I say, correct. 9th. 5th says, so what can this power do? Tashinori hasn't properly explained. I ask, 1 for all stockpiles the user's power while allowing the ability to be inherited or passed on. It is an amalgamation of previous users' quirk combined with a sort of strength-based power, allowing only you the host to access power from the previous users of the quirk when we see fit. First explained, wait, so only I can have your quirks? I ask, correct. Since you're technically dead yet alive, it will stay with you forever. First says, well. I sigh and rub my head. Will I be able to talk to you all? I ask, yep, only via dreams though. Nana says, oh great. This will be interesting. Izuku POV. I'm now standing outside the door of WhatIf. I sigh and open the door. You all better be sitting. I'm Vincent Morningstar, your homeroom assistant teacher and heroics teacher. I say. I stand at the front, facing everyone. I see they are sitting. Your other homeroom teacher is setting up a test for you and class 1B. So go put your P uniform on and meet me outside. I say. I click my fingers as a pile of uniform appears next to me. They all grab their sizes and go get change. But 2 students stop in front of me. One is Reiko. Yes. I ask, your name is Morningstar. As in? The Vine girl asks, Lucifer Morningstar. I'm his son. But don't mind your little head. I say. She looks terrified, but I smile softly as I turn into my angel form. This shocked her and calms her down. You're an angel. She says, indeed, but also a demon. I won't hurt any of my students unless it's training. I say. She nods and leaves. I face Reiko again. I start. She hugs me tightly, and I just blink quietly. I knew it's you, Aizu. I will always remember your aura. She says. My eyes widen as she looks up at me with a small smile. But I knew this is her biggest smile. Hee, I seen you grown appealing. I say. This caused her to blush and lets me go. And please just Vincent or Sensei. Don't tell anyone of this, I say. Can we hang out? Like we used to? She asks. Sure, my dear poltergeist. Now off you go. I say. She shakes her head and leaves to get change. I burst into flames and reappear next to Vlad and Aizawa. Again, why do we need to do this? Vlad asks, simple, I need to know their beginning level and see what we can help improve their quirks. I say, plus, that rat said that 1A and 1B will be sharing heroics and stuff like this. He wanted to try something new. Aizawa groans out. I shake my head at that. Soon, all the students appear, standing with their own class. Now that you're here. 1A, I'm Vlad King, homeroom teacher of 1B. Vlad says, nice to meet you, sir. 1A say, 1B, I'm Shota Aizawa, homeroom teacher of 1A. Aizawa groans out. I shake my head at him and I see 1B looking at me in shock and fear. I smirk at that. I'm Vincent Morningstar, 1A homeroom assistant teacher. I'm also your and 1A heroics teacher. Today, we'll be doing a quirk assessment. I say. This shocked them all, and Momo raised her hand. Aizawa asks, firstly, Morningstar Sensei, are you she starts, son of the king of hell? I sigh out, what about the entrance ceremony? Ochako asks nervously, Nizu orders to do this. Vlad says, you'll be doing 8 tests, which will tell us your starting point. You did all this in middle school, Aizawa explains, but this time with your quirks. Katsuki Bakugo. I say. This caused him to perk up in confusion. How far could you throw in middle school? Vlad asks. 67 meters. He says. Aizawa throws the ball to him. Now try it with your quirk. Do whatever you need to, just don't leave the circle, Aizawa says. I see him looking at the ball quietly and stretching his arms before pulling back to throw it with an explosion. He normally says die. When using his quirk. The device in my hand beeps, and I look at it quietly. I sigh. It's important for us to know our limits. I say. I show them the score. I see a blonde boy from 1A raise his hand. I ask, Nito Monoma. Could we see the pro or prince to show what we're aiming for? He asks. I raise an eyebrow at that. I look at the others. They nod quietly. I give the device to Aizawa and I grab a ball. Oh, this will be interesting, Kiri says. I tisk at that. I use one for all at 50% with my natural strength to throw it, and we watch it launch into the air, causing a shockwave, and it vanishes. The device beeps, and I see pure fear in Aizawa and Vlad eyes. They show it and I see fear in our classes. 3 billion kilometers. Denki and a American girl shouts, I should get it back. I sigh out. I vanish and reappear with the ball. It was on Neptune. Grandpa will be said, but oh well. I sigh. I face everyone again and cross my arms. Before we begin, Todoroki twins, I start. They perk up. You two must use both quirks, if not you'll be expelled and blacklisted from all hero schools. All teachers know that you and your class are on thin ice. I say. They gulp and nod nervously. Izumi raises her hand. Yes, Miss Yagi. I ask, is there a chance for us to get into 1A? She asks, I don't know. Now let's get the test done. I say A/N, only doing 3 of the test. Depending on my laziness meter sprint, I'm testing 1A while Aizawa helps Vlad with 1B. We have Miss Tsunatori and Reiko. Ready, girls? I ask. Yes, sensei. This is the go. I say. They both start running. When they reach the end, their scores get called out. Pony Tsunatori, 10 seconds. Reiko Yanagi, 15 seconds. Okay, Monoma and Tokage get ready. I say. I watch them walk to the line and noticed Monoma touch Shoto's shoulder. I raise an eyebrow and summon his files. Copy quirk. I hum and return the files. Tsunatori asks. Yes. I ask, how old are you? You seem young. She asks. Pony. That's rude. Kendo says, it's fine. I'm your guy's age. I say. This shocked everyone, including 1B. I shrug. My phone buzzes and I pull it out with an eyebrow raised. Dear Hellhound, hey Vin, I know you're busy, but can I ask a question? Princeyov goes, sure my dear, and go. I say. I see them race. Monoma using the ice as a skiing ram while using the fire to propel himself forward. I stare at the quirk quietly. I shake my head. Nito Monoma, 2 seconds. Setsuna Tokage, 7 seconds. Kendo and Shiozaki, you're next. I say. My phone beeps and I look at it again. Dear Hellhound, you mentioned you had crushes during your time on Earth. Do you still love them? My eyes widen at that. I side-eye Reiko, who is hovering around. Close to me. I blush a bit and face the phone again. And go. I say. The girls start running. I see Kendo using her enlarged hand to launch herself a bit. Princeyov goes, well, only one of them. But I love you as well. Atsuka Kendo, 10 seconds. Ibra Shiozaki, 15 seconds. Tetsu and Kurwaro, your turn. I say. Dear Hellhound, hee. I know. I should tell you, I don't mind others to join our relationship, just I'm the Fing Alpha. I had to take a second look at that. A blush rushes up my face as steam comes out my face. Go, I stutter. The 2 boys run. Kurwaro vanishes and used my shadow to appear next to me. Shirhai Kurwaro, 17 seconds. Tetsu, 50 seconds. Sensei, you okay? Ibra asks. I point to my phone while blushing. Dear Hellhound, I bet you're in tomato right now. But yes, my message still stands. I hide my face against my hand at that. My chaotic girlfriend. I groan. Reiko eyes widen at that and looks close to tears. Hananuki and Kodai, you're up. I say. They nod, and I pull Reiko to the side. And summon shadows around me. Reiko. I say. Izuku, you have a girlfriend. She asks, yes, but she agreed to share me. Why are you upset over that? I ask. She hugs me tightly and looks up at me. She tiptoes and kisses me. My eyes widen in shock, but I just melt into the kiss. She pulls away. That's why. I say. Can I dash? She starts, of course. Now go back to the others, I say. She nods. My shadows vanish, and we return to the other. Grip test. Me, Aizawa, and Vlad are standing together while we let the students test their luck on the grip tests. I see Aizawa looking at me again with the same look from our first meeting. Yes, Aizawa. I ask. Are you Izuku? He asks quietly. I blink and sigh. Yes. But don't tell anyone. I strain. This shocked them, and Aizawa pats my back. I can tell he's happy about it. Fine. But you better explain everything to me, he say, and me, Vlad sighs out. I frown but nod quietly. Great, I hate explaining. Soon, students come to give their scores. We note them down. Reiko and Kendo walks to me. I got 180 kilograms, Kendo says. 98 kilograms, Reiko says. Thank you girls, I say. Write them down as they go to the others. Izumi and Shoka shuffles to me, and I raise an eyebrow at them. 65 kilograms, Izumi says. 65 kilograms as well, Shoka says. I hum silently and write it down. 540 kilograms. Siro shouts. We all look to see him and Shoji together. I'm not surprised at that. All through most of the classes have done it. Ochako got infinity. Momo got almost 1,000 meters. Reiko, you're up, I say. She walks up and we watch as a purple aura appears around the ball. She slashes her hand, and we watch the ball blast away into the sky. It soon stops and the device in Vlad's hand beeps. 7,650 meters? He says. I know she can go further, but I'm guessing she wants to put a limit. I smile at her as she smiles a bit and returns to her class, who is cheering for her. And last is Yagi. Aizawa says. We watch her walk forward, and the ball turns green. She sighs and launches it as far as she can. I grab the device from Vlad to look at it when it beeped. I bend my back so I'm bent over her. 505 meters. I expected much more from you, Yagi. You did launch your own brother further than that. I snap. Her eyes widen at that as well as everyone else. How, she mutters. He told me. Now, why in the F did you hold back? I growl out. I didn't hold back. Me and 1B had anti-quirk bracelets on since. We weren't able to train our quirks leading to this, she explained. From what I seen, that is true for most of them. I stand back up and see Vlad and Aizawa frowning at this. They look at me as we knew what to do for this F airs. Go back to the others, Yagi. I groan out. She nods and runs back. I rub my face in annoyance. We'll make a final scoring. I want you all to return to your classes after getting change. Your scores will be displayed on your class boards. Everyone dismissed, Vlad says. With that they all leave. I spot All Might and Inko watching. Vlad and Aizawa noticed as well. Can you deal with them? I will explain everything tomorrow in private. I say, of course. Aizawa smirks out. I shake my head and I vanish, reappearing at the bar of the hotel. I groan and slam my head on the bar. Rough day. Angel asks, you can say that. They ask too many questions and one of them is religious. I groan out, oof, that's tough. Husk says, whiskey, please. I say. He nods and gives me a glass. Dad and Charlie joins us. At least I met a childhood friend. Now girlfriend. Before you start, Charlie, Luna agrees to share only if she's an alpha. I say. We see Dad eyes glitter open in excitement while Father walks to us and ruffles my head. Next thing you'll be a HRMking. Angel whistles. Shut up, Angel. Vin, just try to treat them equally. Vaggy days. Of course I will. I say. She shakes her head at me. So, when do we meet her? Charlie asks. I'd know. Whenever, you lot are free, or Dad would allow me to introduce her to you guys and Luna. I say. You can just when you're free, Dad says. I smile at that. Charlie hugs me happily and I chuckle at her. Izuku POV. I told Luna about Reiko. She wants to meet her and I don't know when that will happen. Anyway, it's the next day. While everyone is in their normal classes, I'm in a meeting with Inko and All Might about heroics class. I like the idea of having a fake bomb for the students to help capture and protect the fake bomb in pairs, Tashinori. However, we have 42 students to teach, and we won't have time to finish it. Therefore, we need to change it slightly. I say, indeed. What do you suggest? He asks, we do it by 1B would join 1A just for this exercise. 1A goes first, then 1B goes second. Instead of the bomb, what about a hostage? Inko would be the hostage, while you, Tashinori, would observe the round in a CCTV room. I will play as a villain. That way, we can note down any improvements for their training. I say, seems simple enough. But who from 1B would join 1A team? Inko asks. I lean back to think and grab 1B files to skim through it quickly. Katsumi Bakugo or Katsuki Bakugo, I want to see if they're able to work with complete strangers. As they have anger issues and a pain to get them to work with others that aren't their friends. I explained, maybe Katsumi. Inko says Tashinori nods to agree. Then it's settled. When lesson starts, Inko you tell 1B to put their costumes on and meet us at Training Grounds Beta. Tashinori will come with me to do the same thing with 1A. I say with that, we all leave to do our own things. I sigh and lean against a wall and rub my neck. I see Kendo walking down with books. Kendo. I ask, huh? Hello, sensei. She says, what are you doing? Shouldn't you be in class? I ask, yep, but Midnight wants me to drop these off for 1B history lesson next PRD. She says, understanding. Need help? I ask, huh? You don't have to, sensei. She says, I insist. I sigh out, I grab half, and we walk to the class silently. Till my phone buzzes. I shift the books and lay them in my left arm and pull my phone out to see. A photo from Charlie with the message. Hypergoat, hey, look at this. It's so cute. I looked to the photo and froze mid-step. Kendo looks confused at me. Are you shitting me? Every time I'm gone somewhere, they do this. I shouted in shock, annoying piece of shit. Are they drunk? Hypergoat, a little bit. Annoying piece of shit. Why do I always miss this? If they're not drunk, they'll try to kill each other. I groan out, who? Kendo asks, my dad's. I groan out, I shove my phone in my pocket and rub my face. Love and hate relationship. She asks, more or less. I sigh out, we return to our walk till we appear at 1B classroom door. I open it, and we walk in to place the books down and leave, ignoring the class. Kendo waves bye to me and walks away. Now what to do? I shrug and just walk around till it's teaching time. I walk into 1A and see everyone here. Welcome to Heroics 101, I have 2 teaching assistants. One is telling 1B all the information as we speak. I say I see Kodai raise her hand. Yes, Kodai. I ask, who is the other teacher? She asks, I sigh and look at the door. Come in. All might. I strained out, he walks in either all his glory. Most of the class goes ballistic over this. Hello 1A. All Might says, today, we'll be doing battle training, I say, and for that you'll need these. All Might announces, I click a button, and cases appear from the wall. Our costumes? Tetsu asks in excitement. Indeed, get suited up and meet us and 1B at ground beta, I say with that. They all grab their cases and sprint away happily. I would have been like that if I didn't die and such. I shake my head at this thought. I don't care about that anymore, I have a better life and goal now. I grab All Might's shoulder and teleport us to the training grounds to see Inko there as well. We stand there silently till we see both classes walking to us. Their costumes are interesting till my eyes land on Izumi's costume. Wait, is that my old costume design? Where did she even get that design? I had all my books locked up somewhere in a forest. I teleport and grip her shoulder before teleporting to a corner with her. She yelps and looks up at me with wide eyes. I bend to her eye level. Costume. Explain it. I demand Eep. I found this in my Onaikan book. I wanted to use it, to at least show my respect for him. She says, a book? That book that he hid. How did you find it? I ask. WL. She stutters, I'm waiting, Yagi. I say, my eyes narrow down at her quietly. She shrinks in fear and gulps. I frown at this. I stand back up and walk away. No answer, my hatred raises at that. Shall we begin? All Might asks, yes, the quicker we do this the better. I say, they nod, and everyone gathers around us. Izumi joins us, and I noticed she has tearful eyes. I ignore it. Deserves her right to find my private book. I really need to collect them all and take them home. We'll be doing indoor battles. You'll be split into 2 groups of Miss Bakugo. You will be joining 1A for this activity. Inko explains. Katsumi's eyes widen but nods and joined 1A side quietly. I noticed Reiko glaring at her in hatred. I smirk at that. 1A and Miss Bakugo will go first and then 1B. Magnetic would be a hostage within the building. I will play as a villain. Holding Magnetic hostage. You have to do is find me and the hostage and try to capture me or get the hostage out to safety. While the rounds 8 happening, All Might and the rest would be observe the round in a CCTV room. I explained, you will have a 25-minute time limit to do so. The only way for the villain to win is to knock or capture you all or the time limit is up. Toshinori states with that me and Inko go to the building. I think and place her on the top floor. I snap my fingers to chains to appear on her and tie her down into a chair. I teleport to each floor and set up traps. I return to Inko and set a trap on the door and shapeshift into a snake. I slither and wrap myself loosely around Inko's neck. She shivers and looks at me. Are you able to talk? She asks, yep. I hiss out, one of you may enter. Toshinori says we hear yells and explosions and such. I chuckle at that and flick my tongue. Why traps? She asks, why not? It's fun. I hiss happily. Kurwaro, Monoma, Tokage, Kanori and Shizuki are knocked out. 16 remains. Toshinori says, wanna talk while we wait? I ask. Is my son okay? She asks, yep. He even got a girlfriend there. I say, really? Oh, I'm happy for him, she says. Her name is Luna. She's a hellhound. I say I see that this made her happy. I smile at that. Bakugo, Kendo, Yanagi, Tsunatori, Kamakiri, Shota and Rin are knocked out. 9 remaining and 5 minutes left. Toshinori says, Izuku, I think I have done too many traps. I sigh out, what traps did you set up anyway? She asks, the classics like flash bomb traps, weapon traps, a trap to release my shadow creatures and some other stuff. I say. She shakes her head at me. Time's up. Villain wins. Remain 1A join me and 1B go to the location. Villain prepare for the last round. Toshinori announces I think and shrug. I slither off Inko and shift into a cockroach. I could go and spy on them and see what traps are left. I hum out. That's a good idea, Inko says, but nah. Too lazy. I just trap this room up more and then crawl around. Like a cockroach, I say. I crawl to around and set up shadow traps and monsters around the room. We soon hear explosions and such. Aoyama, Visai, Ashido, Koda, Mineta, Jiro, Hagakure, Kaminari and Siro are knocked out. 12 remaining. Toshinori announces I grew bored after 5 minutes and he back into my normal form and melt into he shadows to see what the F they're doing. I find them all huddled together on the 4th floor, just standing there. I narrow my eyes as I go close to hear them talking. How in the hell are we able to beat him? Shoka whimpers out, by force. Katsuki says, no, he knows us all. We need to figure a way. Izumi says, better watch your surroundings and what you're doing. I say. I appear and karate chop Katsuki and Shoto necks, knocking them out. I hum a tune as I dodge their attacks and I summon my monsters to block all exits. I said you better watch what you're doing, 'cause I ain't gonna stop when I'm moving. I'm headed to the top. I'ma do it. I'm headed to the top. I'ma prove it. I sing. I sent angelic blast at Shoji and Sato, causing them to go through several wall and later getting knocked out. And baby girl, I like what you're doing. Your body's out of sight when you're moving. You look just like my type. So let's do it. You know I'll treat you right. Let me prove it. I sang seductively to Shoka and Momo. Momo blushes and passes out, while Shoka stood there frozen in shock and blushing. I grab her shoulders tightly. And I could go all night. I'm sick of being nothing, I sang in her ear. She then passes out and I dodge a kick from Tenya. All right, I'm gonna be something. I'll fight with every breath. Trust me, I'ma be the one at the top. You can't touch me. I need to find somebody like me, who wants to be something. I bleed with every word coming. I would rather die than be someone who's nothing. I sing. I sent a shock wave, hitting Tenya, Ijiro, and Ochako. This knocked them off their feet, and I make more shadow creature to deal with them. I dodge a punch from Dark Shadow. I smirk at this. I'm the type of dude who will not remain nameless. I'm the type of dude who is headed for greatness. I'm the type of dude who can really make changes, 'cause I'm the type of dude that's becoming contagious. I'm the type of dude that will always be ageless. I'm the type of dude that will always feel shameless. I'm the type of dude that they say is Fing heinous, 'cause I'm the type of dude that you know is Fing dangerous. I sing. I trade several blows with Dark Shadow and I blew fire at them, causing Dark shadow to cower back into Tokoyami and I sucker punched him into a wall, knocking him out. I dodge Ojiro tail, I grab it and throw him into my monster shadows so they can deal with him. I now face the last person. Izumi. I smirk and stick my snake tongue out. I see her try to use her telekinesis but nothing happens, so she shakily lifts her fists up. But I grab her chin and smirk down at her. I'ma take it now, no, you're never gonna break me. I'ma stay loud in the face of the hate, see I'ma speak out, take the muzzle off my face, breathe out of my mouth, every word that will make me never had a doubt of the life that I'm making, never had a doubt of the fight I'll be facing, never had a doubt of the nights I'll be aching. Life is all about having dreams that you're chasing. I sing. I push her back and summon fire around us. You don't wanna F with me now, I'll leave your butt in the street now, I'll put your butt underneath ground, I'll bury you 6 feet deep now, and you better stay down, get the hell out of my way now, it doesn't matter what you say now, I'm gonna take hold of fate now. I sing. I jump and knock her down so I'm pinning her down. She yelp and whimper up at me. I'm the type of dude who will not remain nameless, I'm the type of dude who is headed for greatness, I'm the type of dude who can really make changes, 'cause I'm the type of dude that's becoming contagious, I'm the type of dude that will always be ageless, I'm the type of dude that will always feel shameless, I'm the type of dude that they say is fing heinous, 'cause I'm the type of dude that you know is fing dangerous. I sing. I knock her out and stand back up. Villains win again. Everyone return to the CCTV room. Tashinori says I teleport to Inko, leaving the robots to get 1B to Recovery Girl. I free her and teleport us to the meeting area. I think I may have gone overboard, but hey, I was bored. Now I'm hungry. I wonder what tomorrow will be like. Izuku POV. Aizawa had to deal with some paperwork, so I had to deal with homeroom. I stand at the podium while drinking coffee as I watch everyone walk in. Morning class. I say, morning, sensei. They all say, Aizawa has watched over yesterday heroics class and will talk to you all later this week about it. I say. I see Tetsu hand raised. Yes, Tetsu. I ask, where is Aizawa sensei? He asks, Nizu loaded him with paperwork about the media situation this morning, so he will be dealing with that for a moment. I answered, questions. I ask. I see nobody raise their hands. Wonderful. I need you all to vote on a class rep and vice rep for your class. I don't care how you do it. Just make a decision before homeroom ends. Furthermore, later in heroics, we'll be doing rescue training. I'll explain more when the lesson comes. I say. With that, I sit at my desk, sipping my coffee. I see them talking about how to do the voting. I shrug and see my phone going crazy. I check and it's... I spit my coffee back into my mug. Why is she calling? Why now? I answer it quickly and put it to my ear. Mom. I ask, hey, my sweet little Bambi. How's everything been? She asks, wait. Mom, you vanished for 7 years and you decided to come back. I ask. I stand up and pacing, ignoring the confused class. I know, Bambi. Can we talk in person? She asks. My eyes dart around and landing on the clock. I'm free in 30 minutes, I say. Great. Where are you? She asks. UA High, Japan. Just appear outside of the gate, and I'll let you in. I say, sure. She says. With that, she hangs up and I face the class. Clear's throat. Have you voted yet? I ask. We just need to count the votes, sensei. Pony says. I nod and take the box from Shota. I open it and start counting the slips of papers. Our class rep is Kendo, and our vice rep is Shota. I announce. They perk up and walk to the front. We'll try our best, they say. Okay, now get ready for your next class. I say. Soon, ectoplasm walks in, and I walk out, then walk to the gate entrance. I soon see the woman who left us 7 years ago. We both stood silently. Vincent, look how much you've grown, she says softly. Let's go somewhere private. I strained out. She seemed to understand and follows me. She holds my arm as we walk into the school. All you can hear is our heels hitting the floor as we walk. We soon find an empty classroom, and we walk in. I close the door and turn back to see her sitting on a desk, looking around. Why are you here? She asks. A soul I own wants me to help out by teaching. I agreed. I shrug out. She hums at that, then faces me. Now, where in the hell have you been? Charlie has tried to contact you. Father appeared but has helped us with everything. Dad had become depressed since you left. I say. She sighs and looks up at me. My arms crossed silently, waiting for her answer. Heaven. I was in heaven. She says heaven. Heaven. Why there? I ask. I made a deal with Adam. I can't explain it all. She says. My eyes widen, and then they narrow in. Anger. Him. Of all people, him. What? He tried to kill me and Charlie. Better yet. Why hide in heaven? Surely you heard what happened to me up there. I rant out. I tear up in anger. I hear walking, and my head gets pulled down to her shoulder. I feel her rub my back and head in a motherly way. Sure, I know you're angry. But I'm back now. I will explain everything in due time. She says softly. I just hick as she pulls me to sit on the floor with her and rocks me gently. Mom, will you see Dad and Charlie? I ask. Not right now, I have stuff to do, but I will soon. She says. I just stayed silent and nuzzle into her warmth, my ears flatten against my head. She kisses my head softly. Love you, Bambi, she says. Love you too, Mum. I say quietly. We stayed like this for a while till she pulls away. I look up at her quietly. I have to go. But protect your sister and fathers for me, she says. Hee hee. Okay, I say. I stand up and help her up. She smiles at me before vanishing. I sigh and rub my face till the lunch bell rings. I leave the classroom and head to the staff room. I walk in and went to sit down till an alarm goes off. Oh, for F's sake. I groan out. I teleport to see students panicking. I look out the window to see it's just the media. It's just the Fing media. I yell. I spot Reiko getting trampled. So I spurt my wings and fly to her and pull her into my arms and stand hovering in the air. Reiko looks up and noticed me. She smiles a bit with a blush and clings tighter. We both see Tenya rush to the exit sign. Everything is fine. It's just the press, there's nothing to panic about. We're fine. He shouts. Wow, he managed to get everyone calm. I sigh as everyone returns to their classes, and I land down, putting Reiko down as well. I scooted her back to class and walk in to see Aizawa there as well. Now for basic training. This time, myself, Morningstar, Vladking, All Might, Magnetic, and one other will supervise. Aizawa says, what rescue training are we doing? Shishida asks. Disaster rescue, such as floods and forest fires to mudslides. I say. They all look at each other in excitement. It's up to each of you whether or not you wear your costumes. Go get ready and meet us and 1B by the buses, I say. With that, we watch them grab their cases and walk away. I grab Aizawa's shoulder and teleport us to the buses to see Vlad, and Inko walk to us. Wait, where's that dumb barse? Oh well, not my problem. You should walk more. Vlad sighs out. Nope. This is more convenient. Aizawa smirks out. It's quicker. I shrug out. They just deadpan at us, and I whistle quietly. My mind drifts back to my conversation with Mum. I should tell Dad, Father, and Charlie about the conversation. I'll tell them later, if I remember. Soon the classes arrive and get on their buses. We follow our respected classes onto the bus. Inko joins 1B. With that, everyone is settled, and we all start heading to the location. I'm leaning back with my eyes close, sighing quietly. Morningstar Sensei. Awais asks, yes. I say, you know when someone goes to heaven or hell, does that person keep their quirks? He asks. I open an eye at that and turn to look at the class. To see they're curious about it. I sigh quietly. If it's a mutant quirk, then yes, it'll just merge into your new looks. For mental and physical quirks, some will be miled down, and some will stay the same when you die, just silently altered. If you can copy quirks like Monoma, you have a chance to keep the quirk you copied. It just depends on what the decision is for your quirk. Then you'll gain some other powers as well, if you're lucky. I explained. Do you know when someone is entering heaven or hell? Ibra asks. That is difficult topic to explain. You have to go to the judgment angels to see whether you enter heaven or hell, depending on your choices in life. The only time I know when someone new enters hell is just seeing them. They will smell like they recently died. Plus Dad has a whole book with new sinners entering hell. But sinners have to fight to survive, aka there's a chance you'll be double dead. I explained, so we must aim for heaven. Rin says. I snarl at that and roll my eyes. Your choice. But heaven is a bag of SHT. They won't let sinners get redeemed. Fing stupid pricks. I say. This made everyone go quiet. I sigh and look at them. I want you all to try and at least get into heaven. If you enter hell, you won't survive. You'll be lucky if you don't make a deal with the overlords there. If you do, it'll be worse than getting killed by a villain. I say deal. Kendo asks deals. It's like a soul contract. An overlord or demons like me are able to make them to help give newer sinners power. However, most overlords use it to abuse and use their new collected soul, while I use it to protect sinners. For example, Nizu. I own his soul. When he eventually dies, he'll be in hell. His soul is already mine from the start, and he will be my servant and will help me in anything I need him to do. In return, I protect him from everyone. I explained, who else? 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐦𝐚𝐫𝐲 asks, magnetic. She wanted information, and in return I have her soul and give her protection. I say. This shocked them, including Aizawa. I shrug and notice we're here. We all get off the bus and Reiko grabs my hand to pull me away. Reiko. I ask, I want to make a deal. I want to be with you forever. She says. My eyes widen in shock. I kneel down and hold her shoulders. You sure? Your chance of entering heaven is gone? I ask. Positive. Just protect me from everything, she says. I sigh and hold her hand. Deal. I say. We shake hands. Our hands glow red and green and my scars glow in power. The glowing vanishes and I let her hand go. She shakes it for a moment and smiles up at me. We join everyone, and we all enter USJ to see every disaster and accident you can imagine. 13 says, it's the space hero. Izumi geeks out, ooh, I love. Ochako says. I freeze at that. They haven't changed at all. I shake my head and join the other staff at the front. I ignore them and look around and notice something at the fountain. Aizawa noticed it as well. Seems like villains decided to join. I frown out. This freaks the students out. I summon my mic and look at everyone. I'll deal with them. Protect the students, I say. They nod and I crack my neck before slamming my microphone down hard, sending several shockwaves knocking villains down. I summon the angelic weapons above me and send them flying, hitting almost 30 villains. I smirk darkly and grow in size, turning into my full demon angel form. I vanish and appear behind several villains and start beating the SHT out of them all. SHT, what is he? A villain screamed, no idea. I didn't sign up for this. Another shouts. I laugh and blue fire at anyone I see. I hear the students scream, and I look to see a mist villain has scattered them with Vlad and Inko. Aizawa jumps down and lands next to me. Change of plan, I guess. I groan out. Ida went to get help. We just have to hold them off, he says. I smirk at that, and Aizawa jumps to fight some villains. I go on my own rampage, trying my best not to kill everyone. To meet the anti-symbol of peace, Nomu, a crust voice says. I turn and my eyes widen to see the Nomu sighting on Aizawa. I turn to normal and sprint to it, kicking it off Aizawa. I grab him and summon a shadow creature. I give Aizawa to him and dodging a punch from the Nomu. Who is he? Never mind, Nomu, kill him. The man-child asks. I grab the incoming fists. We both dig our feet into the ground. I see my shadow creature getting Izumi, Tsu, Mineta, and Rin from the flood zone away. I growl and headbutt the Nomu away. I jump back a bit and growl darkly. Kill me. Try it, you F. I snarl. This set him off and runs at me. I dodge his hand and kicked him into a wall. The Nomu punches me in the face and I skid against the floor. I huff and noticed BLD dripping from my nose. I see Izumi, the Todoroki twins and Bakugo twins come down. Shoto freezing the Nomu. Why are you here? Get away. I shouted, boo dash. Shoka starts, Nomu kill a brat, crusty man-child says. My eyes widen as I watch the Nomu sprint to Izumi, who looks terrified. No. Inko shouts in fear. I teleport between the two. RDPOV. Everyone watches in horror, while the villain smirks. Vincent coughs out golden BLD. The Nomu pulls it fist out of Vincent's gut. Shigaraki laughs at this as Vincent falls to his knees. Izumi catches him with wide, tearful eyes. Sensei/Vincent. Everyone shouts, now, who and Shigaraki starts saying, F. That hurts. Vin groans. They all see him stand back up and the hole starts healing up. He turns around, red and green electricity jumping around him. One for all, 100% smash. Vincent whispers. He punches the Nomu so hard it gets sent flying out of the building. This terrifies the villains. 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐦𝐸. Shigaraki screams with that him and 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐦𝐸 vanishes. Izuku POV. I cough and kneel a bit while rubbing my chest to feel the hole has healed up. UA appears as well. We are All Might starts 2F late. I shouted. I get up cracking my back. Student head back to UA. Everyone gather the villains up. Nizu says Toshinori and Inko got the students out while comforting a crying Izumi. Aizawa and 13 got taken to the hospital. I groan and walk to Nizu. We need to completely revamp our security. Nizu mutters, I agree. This isn't right for a group of villains to attack a group of UA students just for All Might, I say, plus teleportation quirks are rare. Midnight mutters something isn't right at all about this. I frown deeply. We need to figure this villain group out and put a stop to it before it goes down to SHT. Izuku POV, Dad. I shouted. I've been trying to get his attention since yesterday and this morning. But he has been too busy making those RBB ducks. Yes, Vin. He shouts, finally. I need to tell you something. I shouted. I stop in front of him and wheeze a bit from the running. Oh, what is it? He asks. 2 days ago. Mum called and showed up at where I'm teaching. I wheezed out. This caused Dad to freeze and hold my shoulders. Vin. Are you sure? Why didn't you tell me sooner? I'm positive. I even have the phone call recording. Second, I've been trying to tell you, but you kept vanishing to make those RBB ducks, and I won't be surprised if Father is there with you. I say. I see his face turn red. Oh Satan. Vin. Aren't you supposed to be at work? Charlie shouts, Look, I'll send you the recording of the call I had with Mum, and we can talk more later. Love you, but... I say. With that, I vanish and appear in the meeting room. I flop down to see everyone walk in. I sigh in relief. I noticed Aizawa isn't here. I guess he is still in the hospital. Now, let's talk about the incident at USJ. Nizu says, I agree. Now, the one called Shigaraki, his quirk, allows him to disintegrate anything he touches. We've been through the list of men in their 30s in the quirk registry, with no luck. Tsukachi explained. I lean on my chair and rub my chin. What if this Shigaraki quirk came later, like age 5 or something? Something bad happened when it first activated, meaning he hid away. Meaning he won't be on the system, I say, seems so. Inko mutters, for that, 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐸𝐸. Something definitely off. I say, nothing turned up for him either. Tsukachi says, so you're saying we know next to nothing. I reckon we should learn fast, or the leader of those varmints, Shigaraki. There will be a matter of time that he'll start again. Snipe says he does have a point. I lean on my chair and rub my chin in thought. Leader, huh? Toshinori says. We all look at him with raised eyebrows. What is it, All Might? Nizu asks. It's just that nothing feels normal about this. It was a daring attack and not just meticulous planning. Toshinori says, you finally have a point there, All Might. Now that I think of it, they don't properly know everyone quirks. For example, 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐸𝐸 got sent to the flood zone, where she is perfectly suited for. Then they left Ida back at the entrance where he left to find help. I say this got everyone attention. And Shigaraki, he's a man-child, Toshinori says, a crusty, hand-if-h man-child. Me and Midnight say. We both look at each other and simply smirk in amusement. A kid with too much power, you're saying? Vlad points out, Tsukachi, how many villains did we capture? Inko asks, we apprehended a total of 72 villains at US. They were all just back alley thugs. However, the question is why? That many of them would agree to follow the man-child. He asks. They all look at me. I sigh and rub my forehead. It's either money or drags or something SXL nature. It's the same as it is in hell whenever those villains appear in hell. But for now we need to expand the investigation on this villain group. All we know is that they have those fed-up experimental possible SEC toy monsters. I say, agreed. Tsukachi says wait, did he ignore the SEC toy part? I see Midnight smirk at that and chuckle behind her hand. I shake my head softly at her. I enter homeroom to see Aizawa there. Wait, how in the foo dash, I start Morningstar. Aizawa strained, I groan and flop down at the teacher's desk and lean on my hand quietly. Sir, is it all right to host a festival like this after that attack? Kamakiri asks, the sports festival, I mutter. Yes, 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐲 wants to show the civilians that we will stay standing after such events and prove how strong you all are. I say, agreed. Naturally, you'll gain valuable experience and popularity if you're picked up by big-named heroes, Aizawa says. 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐲 said I can help patrol Hosu. So there's a chance you may work with me. I say this perks everyone's attention. I see Reiko's eyes glitter open at that. Weeks later me and Midnight will be on stage while Mike is with Aizawa in the announcer's box. Poor Aizawa. Anyway, Mike finishes the announcements of the classes. So me and Midnight walk on stage. I feel everyone's eyes on us, mainly me, due to my outfit. Welcome our other announcers and ref on stage, the R18 hero, Midnight, and the honcho from the actual realms of hell, the one, the only Prince Vincent Morningstar of Hell. Mike says Midnight smirks and points her WP out while I smirk in my full demon form, my wings spread out, leaning on my microphone. Holy SHT! How did they get the Prince of Hell here? I hear everyone shouts, now. For the athlete's oath. Midnight shouts, why are Morningstar and Midnight Sensei wearing that? Jiro asks. I see her blushing at me, and I roll my eyes quietly. Shut it. Midnight shouts, pipe down, your student representatives is, from Class 1B, Katsuki 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐲. I say we watch him walk up quietly. When he gets up I clutch his shoulder and leans down to his ear. Be careful of your words, boy. Don't forget, you and your class is on thin ice. I whisper. I let go and stand back up. He shakes his head and walks to my microphone, him holding out for him. I would have said, I'm gonna take first place. However, I want you all to fight for your spot. Me and my class are doing this to represent old friend of ours. He says. I raise an eyebrow at him. He's talking about me. I watch him walk back to his class. Well, what an interesting oath, isn't it, my dear? I say, indeed. Now, without any delay, let's get the first event started. Midnight says. I tap my microphone down, and the screen behind us glows up. These are the qualifiers. It's in this stage that so many are sent home crying. Oh joy it is to see that. And the fateful first event of this year is this. I say. The screen shows the first event, obstacle course race. It's a race between every member of all 11 classes. The course is 4 kilometers lap around the stadium itself. Midnight announces, our school preaches freedom in all things. So as long as you don't go off course, there'll be consequences. I announced. I snap my fingers, and my shadow creatures appear around the outskirts of the lap to make sure to help the students who gets disqualified from the first event. I spin my microphone and chuckle with a wide smirk. Racers, to your positions. Me and Midnight says. We watch them all go to the gate. I vanish my mic and shoot up into the air. I'll be making sure there is no dirty play. I say. With that, they start the race. I see ice appear, and the Todoroki twins run ahead, but I smirk as I see the whole of 1A manage to dodge the attack and sprint past them. Seems the Todoroki twins had a plan, but 1A has gone ahead of them. Mike says, that's because my class has asked Morningstar to help train them. Aizawa says, oh my dear students took everything seriously. As their heroics teacher, to say I'm proud of their improvements in the last 2 weeks, I announced I used my static manipulation to connect to the intercoms of the stadium. I spin in the air to dodge a metal fist. I see my Netta get punched by it and I just laugh at that. Gah, Nifty is rubbing the pain K on me. The first barrier is a robot inferno. Mike says. I see a student who catches my eye, a boy with purple hair, and looks like a mini Aizawa. I watch him brainwash students to get him through the first event, while I ignored the students who managed to get through to the next part. I summon his files and look at it while chilling in the air. I see now. A student has gained my attention. I announced I hear whisper via my shadows that I left at the stadium. Hitoshi Shinso from General Studies. Quirk, brainwashing. Allows the user to put their target in a state where they are forced to obey all of their commands. In order to activate their power, they need their target to verbally respond to something they say. This quirk can help interrogate those in jail and help in rescue. How can this unique student not be in the hero course? I see him look up at me with wide eyes. I smile down at him, and he nods with a smirk and keeps going forward. I vanish the file and fly to the next event, which is the fall. I hover there watching everyone get past, till I see a pink dreadlocks girl with equipment on. I shrug and see Izumi struggling as she floats herself over the second event. I hum and see my shadows help the disqualified students. I zoom away and see a minefield. I noticed the Bakugo twins and Todoroki twins racing for first place, till I see Kurwaro appearing at the other side of the field. What's this? Kurwaro has managed to merge out from the shadows. Who taught him that? Mike shouts, that would be Morningstar. Since he is also able to melt into the shadows, Aizawa says I smirk and melt into the shadows and appear next to Midnight. I taught him well. I smirk out. Stop doing that. Midnight cries out. I smirk at her. First place is Shigaraki Kurwaro. And what's this? Reiko Yanagi gets second. Itsuka Kendo got third place and Ibra Shiozaki got fourth place. Mike shouts in shock. I look at smile at that. Turns out Todoroki twins and Bakugo twins were fighting for the spots, but 1A and some 1B got past them, leading them to be in 26th, 27th, 28th, and 29th places. Izumi got 19th place somehow. Now, let's see the results. Midnight says we all look to see the top 42 students. The top 42 from this qualifying round will move on. But those who placed lower, don't worry. We've got another way for you to show your stuff. I say happily, and now the main selection really begins. Onto the second event. I already know what it is, of course. Midnight says we both knew what it is as the screen shows the next event. Cavalry battle. We both say, teaming up. How exactly? Tsu asks, wonderful question, Ajui. Participants will form a team of 2 to 4 members each, getting into a horse and rider formation. I would say a hell joke, but it's not suitable for kids. I sigh out dramatically. Midnight understood and blushed a bit, but recovered quickly. The rules are fundamentally the same as those of an ordinary cavalry battle. Snag your opponent's headbands while guarding your own. Midnight says I tilt my head a bit and spin my microphone a bit. There's one exception, my dear students and audience. Each of you has been assigned a point value based on your ranking in the last event. Your individual point values start at 5 points for 42nd place, and 41st place will be worth 10 points. So on and so forth, I explained. However, our first place is worth 10 million points. Midnight says we see everyone look at Kurwaro, who looks nervous and smirks a bit. Him and Reiko are my favorite so far. After taking first place in the last event, Shigaraki Kurwaro has 10 million points. The match will last 15 minutes. Each team point is determined by its members, I explained. The rider will wear a headband displaying the total of points. Until the match ends, you'll all compete to grab each other's points while maintaining the ones you have. Midnight explained, any headbands grab must be tied around the rider neck. Quirks are allowed, so it'll be a brutal battle. However, if a team has the intent to make a team fall, we'll get a red card, aka you're out of the game. You have 15 minutes for a team. I say with that, we watch them scatter. I see Kurwaro is with Monoma. Good call. I look to see Reiko is with Kendo and Ibra. To my surprise, I see Izumi walk to them. I watch them talk and Izumi walks to me. What's your team points, Yagi? I ask, 720? She says. I hum and give her the bandana. Before you go, why team up with Kendo, Shiozaki, and Yanagi? I ask, well, I'm just figured to at least be friends with them, and that with their quirks, it's possible to get to the next event, she says. Okay, return to your team, I say. She nods and leaves. Suddenly, a sharp pain rushes my head. I clutch it and hiss. Midnight, I'm getting a bottle of water. I say, Huh, okay, she says. With that, I teleport to an empty room and slump against a wall. I look up to see Michael. What the F do you want? I'm busy with something. I snarl out. I watch him sigh and kneel to my eye level. I'm here to tell you something, my dear nephew, he says, which is. I growl out, someone will get hurt during this festival, and we, the angels, need you to help heal him before anything happened. He says, 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐦𝐚𝐫𝐲. I ask. A pro hero. That's all we know, he says. Bullshit, you know more than that. I snap. That's all I'm allowed to say on the topic, nephew. He sighs. What else? I ask. Nothing else. But I will be in touch for any other tasks that father wants you to do, he says, like I'll listen to his orders. I hiss out. Michael sighs and ruffles my head before disappearing. I frown and shake my head before returning to the stage to see the second event has finished and it's lunchtime. I noticed the top 4 teams that are going forward is Team Kendo, 10,720, Itsuka Kendo, Reiko Yanagi, Ibara Shizuki, Izumi Yagi. Team Monoma, 1,350, Nido Monoma, Shirhai Kuwaro, Hitoshi Shinso, Tetsutetsu Team Yaoyorozu, 1,125, Momo Yaoyorozu, Fumikage Tokoyami, Ochako Uraraka, Tenya Ida. Team Bakugo, 620, Katsuki Bakugo, Katsumi Bakugo, Shoto Todoroki, Shoka Todoroki. Interesting. I sigh and spot Izumi, all alone. Yagi, shouldn't you be at lunch? I ask. She jumps and looks up at me. She squeaks. I sigh and walk to her before bending to her eye level. What's wrong? I ask. We stayed silently for a minute till she just burst out crying. I raise an eyebrow at this. I gotten this far, and yet my 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐬𝐚 isn't here to celebrate with me. I just want him to be proud of me. So, I tried using my quirk as little as possible. But dash, she cries out. I frown and pull her into a hug. She freezes, and I feel her relax and cling to my vest jacket. And kept crying. When she calms down, she pulls away from me while rubbing her eyes. Yagi, tell me, if your brother was still alive and in the hero course, what would you do? What would the rest of your class do? I ask. I want to help him reach his goal. But the others still want him to be a house husband to Shoka. Trying to respect his dream and be heroes for him. She says quietly. I frown deeply at that. Are they stupid? I sigh and pat her head as she looks up at me. Tell me, why you're limiting your quirk potential? I ask. Want to show that you don't need a quirk to be a hero. I realize that after you don't need a quirk to be a hero. So I limited my quirk. She whispers. I sigh and rub her head, and she looks up at me. You can do stuff without a quirk, but I need you to train your quirk so you're able to save people, form disasters, and destroyed buildings. Train in hand-to-hand combat quirklessly or with a weapon. If needed, I'll train you, I say. Really? She asks. Positive. Now get some food, I say. She nods and turns to leave. And Yagi? I say, yes, sensei. She asks. You can call me 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐬𝐚 if you want. I say. This shocked her and she smiles at this. 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐬𝐚. Wanna eat lunch with me? She asks. Sure, I say. I stand back up and follow her to the canteen area for food. I'm back on stage with Midnight to see girls of 1A and 1B in cheerleading outfits. I see Reiko and Kendo in it and I feel BLD rush out of my nose and I cover my blushing face. Why are they dressed like that? I ask. No idea. Midnight says in confusion. I shake my head and wipe my nose from BLD. We all hear the intercoms turning on. We're on to the final event. Between the 16 members of the 4 winning teams, we'll have a formal tournament. A series of one-on-one battles. Mike says, that is correct, Mike. The matchups will be decided by drawing lots. Once settled, we'll move on to the festivities and then the tournament itself. Midnight says, seems reasonable enough. Most people mutter. I started drawing lots for the matchup and begin putting it on screen. Round 1 matchups. 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐦𝐚𝐫𝐲 vs Hitoshi Shinso Shoto Todoroki vs Katsumi Bakugo Ibara Shiozaki vs Shirhai Kuwaro Tenya Ida vs Reiko Yanagi Shoka Todoroki vs Nito Monoma Fumikage Tokoyami vs Momo Yaoyorozu Tetsutetsu vs Itsuka Kendo Katsuki Bakugo vs Ochako Uraraka. Oof, these matchups. Denki says, yeah, Bakubro will hurt Ochako. Kiri sighs out after the basic games for those who got disqualified in the first and second events. It's finally time for the 1 vs 1 battle. Cementos has built the grounds for the tournament. I'm just sitting down with my legs crossed, just simply out of boredom. Hey guys, are you ready? Mike shouts, everyone cheers loudly and just lay my head on my hand quietly. You've been through hell to get here, but now it's time for the 1 vs 1 tournament. Mike says, everyone screams in excitement. Izumi and Hitoshi walks out. The first match. We have the daughter of All Might and Magnetic. It's Izumi Yagi from the Hero Course. Versus our very own mini Eraserhead. It's Hitoshi Shinso from General Studies. Mike announced. I lean back quietly. The rules are simple. Win by knocking your opponent out of the ring, immobilizing them, or getting them to say, I give up. Bring the pain. We have got our good old recovery girl on standby. Fight dirty if you must, except for killing your opponent. That's a no-no, aka you'll be disqualified. Mike explains, ready, start. Midnight shouts. Izumi starts running toward Shinso. But he stood still. I knew what he's planning. You know, I heard what you done to your brother. You shouldn't be in the Hero Course, he say. Izumi freezes with wide eyes. Her mouth opens to reply, but her eyes land on mine. She shook her head and kept running. Seems she remembered me reading his file. Hitoshi looks panicked and tries to punch her, but she ducks, and sucker punches him in the face. Oof, that gotta hurt, Mike says. Come on, Izumi. I mutter quietly. We watch her hold her hand out, and green light surrounds Shinso, and she throws him out of the ring. She whimpers and rubs her head. I stand up and cross my arms. Hitoshi Shinso got thrown out of bounds. Izumi Yagi moves to the second round. Midnight shouts. Everyone cheers at this. Yes, my Onaiken is gone. But he's still my Onaiken, and I have another Onaiken, she says as she helps Hitoshi up. She looks at me and I smile a bit at that. I see everyone cheering at Shinso, who looks surprised. Shinso. I say. Everyone stays silent. They look at me. I smirk and raise a thumbs up. If you ever need help training, I'm here for ya. You never know, after this you might be in the Hero Course. 1A or 1B. I'll help you as a teacher. I say. Thanks, sensei, he says softly. I bow to him as we watch the two walk away. Be right back, I need to talk to Nizu, I whisper to Midnight. Sure, she shrugs out. I burst into flames and reappearing next to Nizu at the third-year sports festival. Oh, what a surprise. What can I help you with? Nizu asks. There's a student in the General Studies course. Hitoshi Shinso. Is there a way to get him into the Hero Course as soon as possible? I ask. But did he get to the final event? He asks. That he did. He is the first to catch my attention. I say, he'll need to do some test before I can decide for him to join the Hero Course, he says, as long as he gets a chance. I sigh out. Oh, he will. Now go back to your festival, he says. I roll my eyes and teleport back to see Shoto melting the ice. Let me guess. Todoroki won. I say, yep. Midnight says, is Bakugo free from it? I ask, not yet. She passed out from shock. She sighs. I hum and walk to them. I hold Todoroki's shoulder. He looks up at me. Let me, I say, there. He says. He backs up, and I walk forward to see Katsumi shaking in coldness of the ice. I see her right hand is free. So I hold it and used one for all. Flicking my finger, shattering the ice completely. I click my fingers as fire around the ice in an inferno, instantly melting it. When done, it flows around the sky before vanishing. I lay Katsumi down on a stretcher and get taken to Recovery Girl. Shoto blink but then walks away. I return to the stage and noticed Izumi looking nervous. Oh yeah, she's going to go against Shoto. A/N, Due to my laziness, I'm going to skip to the finals after several rounds. It's now Shoto versus Nito. Reiko and Katsuki got third place. Before this, Nito wanted to test something and asked me if he can test a theory. I let him and he touched my shoulder. I wonder. Anyway, both boys on each side. Time for the finals. From 1A, the copy king himself, Nito Monoma. And from 1B, we have the other half of the Ice Hot twins. Shoto Todoroki, Mike announced I wonder what quirks Nito has installed. Begin. I say we watch as Shoto fires iceberg-like attacks at Nito, but he punches with a massive fist to break the ice, then uses Reiko quirk to control the broken ice by shooting them toward Shoto. Seems like he copied Kendo and Reiko quirk so far. I hum out, what's the max quirk can he store? Midnight asks, from our conversation, he is able to hold and use 4 quirks? I say, I wonder what the other 2 quirks are. She says, me too. I hum out we watch as Nito click his fingers, and we feel the ground shake badly, and Shoto falls on his arse. This caused Nito to run and summon a WHP to wrap it around Shoto and throw him out of bounds. My eyes widen and I smirk. He used my earthquake manipulation and weapon summoning. Clever. I laugh out, Shoto Todoroki is thrown out of bounds. Nito Monoma is the winner for the first year sports festival. Midnight shouts fireworks happen, causing the crowd to cheer, and I see Nito look at me. I smirk and thumbs him up. His eyes glitter open and smile before leaving with a grumpy Shoto. I notice Tenya is missing and I remember Michael warning. Seems like something happened. Could you finish this off alone? I ask, of course. Midnight says I nod and teleport away to a hospital room to see the Ida family crying. Tenya, I say. He looks at me with wide eyes. Sensei. He yelps, what happened? You left the festival. I say, my brother got attacked during a patrol. He sobbed out Tensei. I walk and see Tensei looking up at us, mainly me. I kneel to the bed height as best as I can. Who attacked you? I ask. Stain, he says, the hero killer. Tenya says in anger. I snap my eyes to him, and he shuts up. I stand back up and face the parents. What the main damage has he taken? I ask. The monster paralyzed him, Mrs. Ida sobs out. I see. Tenya, I know your plan. You are not going after the hero killer and that's final. I say, but dash, Tenya stutters, you have 0 training with this, meaning you'll die if you fight him. So I will deal with Stain. I say. I see Tenya look down and nods quietly. I face Tensei again. I can't heal others, but this is the much I can do for you. I will pay for his medical expenses and any medical stuff they need to help him. I say, oh, thank you. Mr. Ida says happily. I hum and bend to Tensei ear. Just rest, okay, Tensei. I say. I pull up and see the gears in his head turn, and his eyes widen up at me. I smile a bit and mouth, tell nobody about this. He nods and I face Tenya. I hope to see you back at school to pick your internships, Ida. And remember, no going to after Stain. I say, why yes, sensei. He says quietly. I hum, and I vanish into flames back into the hotel to see father eating a rotten deer. I sit next to him and lay my head on his shoulder. Tiring day. He asks, you can say that. Can we visit Auntie Rosie? I want her famous pie. Then we can torment Vox some more? I say, of course my boy. He says. I smile at that as I watch him finish his meal before heading to Cannibal Town.